me. I love seeing everybody's face take like serious, like get into like game mode. Once I hit that intro button, everybody's like, yeah. Yeah, I can see you guys. It's like everybody goes into like Super Bowl mode before the curtain, before they come out the curtain. They're amping themselves up like.
La primera que empiezo a bailar soy yo. Nada más digan eso.
All right, we already lost somebody. Somebody got bashful. All right.
Orengo está in and out.
He's already.
Welcome back to another episode of the After School Club, where I'm joined by my wonderful co-hosts today. All three of you guys. We should have two more joining pretty soon. I don't know what the heck happened to one of them. But everybody introduce yourselves. We'll start with you, We'll call you Nick Castle for today.
You can be Jordan. I'm Jordan Santagana. Okay. Just chilling here.
Notice how he said real low the last name. Jordan Santagana.
My social security number is 869. That's great to be here. I passed the baton to Sally.
I am Sally, aka Liquid Nebula. Vamos a hablar de Star Wars todo el día.
No, we're not gonna do it all day.
No,
we're not gonna do it all day, but we will be talking.
Pero para que le dé una coronaria a Orengo. Toma, Alexa, te paso el bait.
We could do an entire Andor episode. That'd be incredible.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I still haven't seen it. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Lex talking to Ashoka finale. What happened? Place?
I haven't seen it yet.
I have it in the background.
I said we're gonna talk about the Ashoka finale.
Oh, you said I haven't seen it.
No, Andor.
No, I said we're gonna. I haven't seen Andor.
Oh, Andor. Okay.
No, I haven't seen Andor yet, but I saw the finale of Ashoka today. So we ready. Are we gonna?
I don't know if we want to jump into Ahsoka. I don't know if we want to jump into Ahsoka just yet because I want to give time for Orengo to get here and I want to give time for Nick to get here. But what have you guys seen lately? We'll stop there. We'll start there. What have you guys seen lately? Nick Castle.
I saw Exorcist.
Nick Castle.
My bad. You said Nick. My bad, bro.
Nick Castle, sir.
Bro, my name is Nick, bro. You said Nick. I was like, okay, let's go.
Saw. I've been watching the Saw movies because one of our members, Hennessy's, won't stop texting me about it. Yo le dije, mira, voy a ver Saw 2. Y yo me levanto con 30 missed texts. You can watch the unrated cut de esta, but you just give me an entire machete list. They are movies with moving images in which actors act and they say dialogue.
Okay.
Pero I really liked the new one, Saw X. It was a lot of fun. The gore was great. I was cackling with delight. The effects, it was really nice to have. When somebody gets stabbed, to have actual blood squirt out instead of CGI blood, that made me really happy. The cranium surgery, even though that was CGI blood, it still got me. What about you?
I caught Saw. I caught Saw actually yesterday.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. I actually thought it was one of the best ones since the first one. To be honest with you,
agreed.
I really enjoyed it. It didn't feel overproduced. It felt very nitty gritty. It felt, I think, similar to the tone of the first one.
Yeah.
The kills felt creative, but they didn't feel too flashy. There was a specific one. I'm an engineer for a company. I repair medical equipment, and there was a certain kill where I started laughing. I was like, if I think they're going with this one, that's not the way that works. But okay, I'm gonna allow it. And it literally was what I thought it was gonna be, which is funny.
Okay.
So she's dead no matter what, right?
Yeah, he kind of broke his own rule with that one because if you're exposed to that much radiation, that much short of a time, you're definitely getting caustic after effects or you're catching cancer. So, he kind of broke his own rule with that one. But it was still interesting. It was still a pretty creative way to get the job done. They did a really good job. Look who decided to join us. Sir Alejandro Orengo is back.
He saw it too.
Exactly. He spoke about it. He actually was the one that recommended it to me last podcast, and he was. I'll give you kudos on what you said about it does the basic how do you call that? The miracle of making you sympathize with Tobin Bell. character. Forget his
John
name.
Kramer.
John Kramer. Yeah, by the first half of the film, you're really like, you really feel for the guy. You literally are like, at one point in the movie, I'm like, I totally forgot. I was like, holy shit, they're gonna be able to help him with his cancer. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's just the point of this movie. Like, it's gonna fall from the other foot is gonna drop. The only disjoining part I found about the film was, wow, they I don't want to spoil it, but where this is supposed to take place, it's just some characters look a little older than they're supposed to.
They couldn't afford the flame artist to bring them down.
Yeah.
But there were moments where she was breaching. You could tell that they had a flame artist on there to soften the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Which unfortunately I noticed in another film with the name X in it, in which the main character, his face the entire time was fake.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, it is kind of similar. He looked chunky in one scene and he looked thin in the other one.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more about the what happens is like a plasticky effect on the face when you're trying to get rid of the wrinkles.
Okay.
It's just something that's emblematic of Hollywood as a whole, that it doesn't want actors to age, especially women. After you hit 30, you're done, obviously, in Hollywood. Joking. But, like, it's really rough, dude, that they're going to literally start taking wrinkles out of people.
Did you guys feel, for those of you who saw it, did you feel there's space for another one?
I hope so.
Did you feel the ending was a little bit like...
Give me more.
Ellen, it's hinting to another one,
right? I mean, I
I
think that's kind of the magic of some of the Sauls. Like, they literally leave it open for a first one, but you can leave it there.
Numero 6 flashback, right?
I'm sorry?
Where
Face is flashback.
does this movie fall?
This movie falls directly after the first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
Directly after the first one.
6 is the prequel, right? So it goes 6, 1.
I know Jigsaw is a prequel.
Yes.
Exacto.
Jigsaw?
The timeline is like so convoluted with these fucking movies.
Well,
When
you have 10 movies or more,
The character that died in the third one, by the way.
He died in
mira.
this is like Fast and Furious, bro. Like, the fucking timeline of these movies is all over the fucking place.
Sí, pero chécate cómo es. Primero Jigsaw, después Saw 1, Saw X, Saw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Saw The Final Chapter y Spiral. So, lo único que cambia es que pues esta es, o sea, Jigsaw es la primera y Saw X es la tercera, entre comillas.
Hilarious.
Like 1.2.
I went in. I wouldn't say with low expectations because I know people were telling me it was good, but by the end of the movie,
my god, somebody's gonna fucking kill Santa Cana.
thoroughly enjoyed.
Esto, cabrón, ay Dios mío, yo estoy loca que llegue de que salgamos de Star Wars porque acabo de ver este único blooper.
Anyways, the Saw movie, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would recommend it to any one of you guys. I know you guys would like it. It's very well done. It kind of reinvigorates the need for another one, to be honest with you. I just hope they keep it along that path. And I hope that they work in, I mean, they could work it in, but there's a certain character in that movie. He's kind of young that I'm hoping they adopt him into the into their little cult, because it makes sense now with the barrage of money he received. Whatever.
Pero imagina Godfather 2, ¿me entiende? Where it's just like two timelines happening concurrently. One of them is the flashback timeline con Tobin Bell, and the other one is that character all grown up.
Or
I'd watch that.
An entirely a whole Saw movie with just a Spanish cast.
No, yo digo, like, you know how Godfather Part 2 has the two timelines at once? You do the same thing where Timeline 1 is a sequel to X, Timeline 2 is what you're looking for, which is him murdering a bunch of bad people.
Another thing okay, never mind. I'll go to the next person. What did you guys catch? Wait.
Hey, by the way, difamación, Jigsaw doesn't kill people.
Oh yes, that's right. He does. He's the most innocent person out of all of them.
Except for, we were talking about it earlier, but The radiation definitely kills the lady, no matter
Exactly.
what she does.
That's all I was gonna say. I was like, the one with the C arm. I was like, that one's a little. There's a catch-22 there.
He also punishes a man for being sad that his son was killed, which I thought was pretty rough. Like that guy did not need to be punished. Like his son is.
It's not all perfect, you know. It's not all perfect. Okay,
A mí se me
Not all perfect. He goes and cuts people's brakes and shit.
Yeah. Pero a mí se me olvidó decírselos a ustedes la otra vez que hablamos de esto el domingo. Y era que eso mismo, Jigsaw no mata gente. En realidad, he doesn't kill people.
Self-help.
He's the Jerry Springer of serial killers. He's like, hey,
Exacto.
you hate Mexicans? Or there's a group of Mexicans here. Hey, what's going on? Use this. Use this.
I need more information for that connection. I don't get it.
He's the power of suggestion, sir.
Exacto.
Jerry Springer was very much the power of suggestion. He's like, well, you have a guest that hates blacks, Mexicans, and well, guess what? We have some blacks.
Wait, Jerry does that?
And, yeah.
I need to watch Jerry Springer. This sounds awful.
Oh, what? Jerry Springer was the shit for years, bro.
I've only seen
Jerry Springer was so popular.
But I think
he was so popular that there was a bodyguard on that show, and that bodyguard got a spinoff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only know him from Austin Powers. I'm gonna be real. That's the only time I ever saw him.
Bro.
I got your hood. I got your hood.
He was a 90s. He was kind of like a 90s sick. Once they found out that the ratings spiked on Geraldo Rivera, and there was a fight on Geraldo Rivera's show, and all the ratings went through the roof, he's like, "Oh, I can make a whole show out of this. Every single episode, I have guests that can like fight on screen." And
al principio, Jerry Springer estaban a punto de cancelarlo because it was so boring.
And then he started. He made a killing selling his uncensored episodes on VHS.
Yeah.
Like they would promote them. They would promote them on like order now, $20.99, and get uncensored. Jerry Springer uncensored. Blah blah, dude.
Yep.
That show was like fucking pinnacle 90s. Just fucking.
I feel like
to the walls,
I wasn't allowed to see it.
I feel like we're showing our age.
I wasn't allowed to see it.
What?
My parents didn't let me see it, but I still watch Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2, por lo menos. Either rock. You're not allowed to see this.
Bro, the craziest shit was Jerry Springer was like daytime TV. It wasn't even like late night shit.
Yeah, it was
like you miss school and watch Jerry Springer.
Exacto.
It was like you would miss school, you would watch The Price is Right, and then it's Jerry Springer, bro.
Exacto. Y si veía televisión en español, era el show de las 12, el caso cerrado, después a veces cambiaban a una novela. It'd be like that.
Jerry was wild, bro.
Wait, all right.
Había Jerry Springer en español.
Next person. What did you guys catch recently? Nick, we'll go to you.
Ahsoka.
Oh, Ahsoka. wait, Sally. Lex, we'll go to you. What did you catch?
Nick is almost here. He said he's coming.
Hard.
I saw The Exorcist last night.
Oh, okay. Thank you for ignoring my text messages and my phone call when I was calling you to give me the deets. But now you have a mic, and I want you to spoil it for everybody because I heard it was garbage.
You called me and I was fucking driving, bro, in the rain. I was not picking up the fucking call.
You called me and I was driving. Since when are you a responsible driver on Puerto Rican roads? Like,
bro, since I got old and I can't see for shit, that's why I fucking.
Maybe you shouldn't be driving at all.
Matter of fact, let me put the glasses on now. I'll like cancel.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, bro, the movie. I don't know if it's. I'm just getting to that age where movies are just not scary. Like, I'm like mid-30s and shit, and so the movie hit me. Like it hit me in the way that it's about a father and his daughter and shit. So that there was parts of the movie that I was like, I could relate to the character in some way and shit. It really wasn't scary. It wasn't a scary movie. I wasn't scared of the original Exorcist either. So I mean, these movies don't really scare me that much when it comes to like possession and shit like that. I don't think it was like hot garbage. I've seen worse movies. I didn't think it was like the shit. Like I think 2 days ago, I saw The Nun for the first time, and I was like, it was okay. I thought that this one was such an asshole. such an asshole. I swear to God,
Go ahead. Keep on talking.
I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed The Nun, and I don't know if it was to see these two little girls. Like, there's a scene, right? There's a scene where two girls get possessed instead of one, and they're sitting like back to back in a chair, and they have like priests from different religions trying to exorcise these two girls at the same time. And then the girls with the demons in them or whatever, they yell out, "One of us has to survive."
Mm.
He's such an ass.
Keep on going.
I swear to God, you're such a, I fucking regret so much giving you power on this fucking show, bro. I swear to God, I would kick you the fuck out right now. I swear to God, bro.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, they go in on this fucking movie, right? And the two girls, they say one of us has to die. You guys gotta pick who's gonna stay alive and who's gonna die. And all the father of the little black girl and the mother and the father of the little white girl, they stay quiet. They don't pick or whatever. And the fucking different shamans from like there's a Catholic priest, there's a Christian priest, there's like some voodoo chick, there's like all these different religions trying to help. Are you in the hurricane? What the fuck?
He's in the world between worlds.
It's always windy as fuck. Every time you have a message, bro, what the fuck's going on? Anyway,
there goes the algorithm, by the way, huh?
Bro. Anyway, the fucking after a while of that shit, the white girl's father, he just buckles and he's like, "I choose you."
Obviously, chooses his own daughter.
Como un Pokemon, okay.
His own daughter to stay alive. You already know that. Okay, he said, "I choose my daughter to stay alive." You already know that's gonna backfire. So obviously, it fucking backfires. She ends up being the one that dies and shit. Pero bro, they show this little ass girl get sent to hell, and when she gets sent to hell, you see her, and she's like in ankle deep water, and she's scared for her fucking life, and she doesn't know what she's going on. She's like in this fucking, it's like this long hallway, and then all of a sudden you see all these white hands, like gray hands, grab her legs and start pulling her slowly into the fucking water, and they like, you know that they're demons. Like, the movie is not anything wild, but there's like visuals within the movie that were fucking dope. I'm like, shit, I've never seen a little girl, and whenever there's children, it always looks a little bit more impactful. But I was like, yo, that's a little fucking girl getting dragged to hell slowly.
So okay, go ahead. Keep on going. I got questions for you afterwards.
I was gonna say, I took, how I'm with my girls. I take my girls to see scary movies all the time. But there's never a scary movie that's like.
No la llevaste a ver Exorcista.
I didn't take them to see Exorcist because first I got an invite, so they didn't let me take them. But after seeing it, I was like, this is not a movie that I would take the girls, just because the characters that are in the movie are little girls. So I feel like it might be a little different if they get to see themselves in the fucking movie. I think they might be a little more scared versus when they see like Candyman. They don't get scared. They don't get scared. They watch demon shit all the time, and then they don't get scared of that shit. But to see the actual victims are kids as well, I was like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna take.
Before you get child services called on you, and you keep on incriminating yourself. Well, so I keep hearing complaints that it feels like two totally different movies in the first half versus the second half of the movie. Is that true?
What happens is it's a slow build to the actual.
We'll help him out there. Go ahead.
It's a slow build to the actual whole demonic shit. At the beginning, it's like his father, and he's in I think he's in Haiti with his wife, and there's this big ass earthquake that happens, and he has like that moment from House of Dragon where the mother gets she gets hurt by the earthquake, and the doctor says we can only save one. You gotta pick either your wife or your daughter. And so then they cut to 12 years later, they don't show you who he chose. 12 years later, she's alive. Obviously, the mother died, the daughter's alive, she's in school, and it's like
So is there any connection that you remember to the first one besides the cameo? And I heard the cameo was like just for the cameo's sake. It's not even part of the.
I mean, there's.
Is there a mention of Pazuzu? Is there like?
I could have sworn, and I could be wrong. I thought the mother and the daughter were both from the original.
Oh, so Linda Blair's in this.
Linda Blair is the girl, right? The little girl in the first one.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in it, and I think, and I think Ellen.
I didn't see it.
I think the mother's name is Ellen Bernstein or some shit like that.
Yes.
She's not just a 5-minute cameo.
Oh, okay.
She plays a character.
How does her story contribute to this one? Is it linked?
She's telling him,
or
yo,
is it just...
I passed through this shit with, because she's basically telling the main character that she went through the same thing, and this is what you have to do. So she goes with him to see the girls that are possessed and shit. It's not just like a 5-minute thing. This is what you got to do. She goes over there. In the transcurso, something happens to her. She gets her fucking eyeballs stabbed out of her fucking head and shit. And she continuously talks about her daughter because her and her daughter, they don't talk. So the Linda Blair thing.
Go ahead.
Is like the Linda Blair thing is like 15 seconds at the end.
She's a post-credit scene.
It's at the movie's ending, and she's like, because the whole time she doesn't know if Linda Blair's alive. And so the demon is like, your daughter's in fucking hell. That bitch died, and she's like, really like, no, my daughter's alive. Blah blah blah, whatever. At the end, you find out. You see a hand touch another hand. You're like, I'm guessing that's Linda Blair. Hands out, it's Linda Blair. She's like, I'm here, mom, and then that's all you see.
Okay.
At least from her, that's all you see. The mother has a lot more screen time than that.
Would you recommend this movie, or would you say it's complete ass?
I don't think it's complete ass, but I wouldn't watch it in the movie theater.
I watch it in the movie theater. Okay. Is that all you saw this week?
I'd wait for it to stream. I'd wait for that. Yeah, just that, and I did The Nun. I saw The Nun, and I started watching Haunted Mansion today. I didn't finish it.
You like in a possession ass mood? Like, are you trying to bring spirits into your household? Like, what the, like,
bro, it's Halloween in the Cortez household. The girls like that shit.
Okay.
They don't want to run this Haunted Mansion. I said on Disney Plus, bro.
All right, cool. When shit starts floating in your background, we'll cut the feed. All right.
I start seeing this shit.
Liquid, what have you caught? What have you caught lately? Besides the
What have we
We'll
caught?
get on that later. Gosh.
De verdad que nada, porque Ashoka. Ayer, hoy, mañana son mis días libres, so I haven't watched it.
Man,
Look
hold on to those
face.
thoughts.
Look at Derek's face. He's just waiting for shit on it.
They got either you froze or okay, good.
He's just waiting for the shit on it.
Okay, what have you seen lately?
Mira, es que yo me gané la loto para el
Blink if you're okay. Can you speak?
No, está pasando aquí.
Can you give honest opinions
Tampoco.
of the movie and or La Actividad?
Dijo que sí.
Okay, we'll come back to you. All right, we'll come back to you. Don't worry.
Bro. Raise the volume. Raise the volume, bro. Raise the volume on your computer screen really quick. So I can be like, bitch!
Orengo,
Get in the kitchen!
Yes, sir.
what have you seen lately? Where are you reporting?
Ooh, okay. So I'm
Dale,
right now covering the New York Film Festival.
Wow.
My face.
Give him
Hold
one
on.
Give him
Is that a
one
press
shot.
pass? Is that...
Yeah, it's a press right there.
Let me smell. It smells like privilege.
Yeah, so much fun privilege. No he visto muchas cosas porque te llegué bien tarde. Este festival para la prensa empezó desde el final, la última semana de septiembre, so whatever, I can be there. pero empecé a cubrirlo cuando el festival arrancó como tal. So I've seen hasta ahora 3 películas. Me faltan ver 5 más. So hopefully we do it next week. By next week yo creo que habré visto todas. So we'll see. Pero right now, vi All of Us Strangers de Andrew High, vi Maestro de Bradley Cooper y vi Agrodrift de Harmony Korine.
What can you talk
Vamos a
about?
empezar. No, me puedo decir todo porque estas películas salieron en Venecia, TIFF, whatever. Ya han salido. Eso no es un issue. Puedo ver todo lo que me da la gana.
We've seen
Yeah,
that.
yo estoy viendo. Yo estoy viendo los second hand, I guess. Sí.
Bro, he didn't even say like the Toronto Film Festival. He like TIFF. He like, you know the acronyms. TIFF.
I think it was,
TIFF.
TIFF. You know the TIFF. The TIFF. But yeah. Pues vamos a empezar en orden. So, tiene la oportunidad de ver Hitman, que es la nueva película de Richard Linklater, but the problem was que llegué muy tarde, eso no puede verla. O sea, I did buy the ticket para ver All of Us Strangers, porque while this has its perks, el único malo es que el festival no te da break si no la viste en el press pass. Si no, tienes que comprar tickets. So that's what I did. Obviamente en New York, so a lot of people bought up the tickets, so tuve mucho break para comprar todo, pero compré All of Us Strangers y también compré para la semana que viene para ver The Zone of Interest, que es del director de Under My Skin. Si se han visto eso, se habla de Scarlett Johansson, está bien bueno.
Not the one
All
that
of Us Strangers.
Not the one that we worked on. Relax. Not the one that we worked on.
Right. Exacto. Pues All of Us Strangers, protagonizada por Andrew Scott y Paul Mescal, que Paul Mescal lo han visto ya en After Sun o Normal People, creo, o ¿verdad? Normal People that show. Yeah, whatever. It's basically like, y esto porque no vi el trailer, yo me fui blind, I only went here because I love the director. La película es de Andrew Scott, he's like a very lonely screenwriter, está escribiendo básicamente el guión de su vida, pero necesita inspiración. Y él está en este building que está como que bien poca gente iba ahí, qué sé yo qué, y hay como que un fire alarm. So él sale y él ve por la ventana como que en el mismo piso de él a Paul Mescal, like en contraluz, como que mirándolo para abajo. El emergency para, él va para su cuarto y entonces le toca la puerta y después Mescal medio bojacho diciéndole, mira, me di cuenta como que we're like the only two que estamos en este building, qué sé yo. Y él como que, yeah, que es la que hay, como que él empieza como que a tirarle un frenteo bien malo, porque está bojacho, y como que Andrew Scott le dice como que, mira, no quiero como que hacer nada, en verdad, como que estoy la mía, estoy un poquito depressed, whatever. Le cierra la puerta, al otro día, pues como que le da la puerta, he's apologetic de que, mira, mala mía por estar borracho, and they start forming a relationship. Y empiezan a gustarle, que sí, ok. While that's happening, Andrew Scott is going back to his childhood home to relive some of his past, in order to feel inspiration para el guión. That's as much as I can give because there's some twists and turns to the story que te vas a dar cuenta as you see it. En cuestión de la historia, es una adaptación, creo que pasa en una novela japonesa que se llama Strangers o algo así. La historia está okay. It's more about a feeling, como que es un melodrama bien cabrón. It's all built en el foundation de la relación de ellos dos y la relación que él tiene con sus padres, o la que solía tener con sus padres. Y cómo que él está coming into terms con ciertas cosas de su vida, porque he's a guy that came out of the closet kind of late, so he's like dealing with that type of trauma y tratando de reconciliar con cómo sus padres lo percibían y que sí o qué. Aquí lo que está cabrón es el performance de los dos. Los dos leads están extraordinarios. Lo que es Paul Mescal, como que sigue estando bien duro. Andrew Scott, he's very good. Los emotional scenes tienen un nivel bien cabrón. My problem is la historia. Como que la historia, I kind of saw where the twists and turns were happening. So it took me out because they try to make it like a big reveal. When for me, yo la estaba como que yo decía, I think this is going to happen. Y entonces me pasó. Besides that, aunque sí sabía lo que iba a pasar, como que era me castuvo. Y like el último shot está súper lindo y it's a nice visual way de enseñarte como que la tesis de la misma película de una forma bastante unique. Y en verdad como que that shit se quedó conmigo bien cabrón. En verdad I cried like twice. I only cried twice, but people like around me estaban llorando. Like it was very, very sad. It's a very, very sad movie and very contemplative. Pero no siento que es la mejor que el director ha hecho. Aún siento que él hizo una película que se llama 45 Years. I think that's like a masterpiece. Completamente, like that's a 10 out of 10. Está bien cabronamente hecha. pero as it stands, a very, very solid movie. Que yo le voy a dar el break de verla porque esa es de 20th Century Studio. So eso es like, eventually it's gonna come out en cines por todos lados. Porque es una película que va a ser vendida bastante comercial. So vi esa, después vi Maestro, que es la de Bradley Cooper. So Maestro, pues usted sabe, es la vida de Leonard Bernstein, que es uno de los composers más prolíferos ever made. Pero la película no decide tirarse por una tangente bien biopic, sino que es más sobre la relación de él y su esposa a través de todo el tiempo que estuvo subiendo y mejorándose y convirtiéndose en este gran maestro. As the title suggests. It's a love story. It's a love story con un poquito del biopic sparse throughout, but it's mostly su relación full. Es su relación full. Si no sabes nada de él, te va a ir mejor porque you're gonna go in blind y vas a poder apreciar mucho because I didn't know anything about this man excepto que he's very prolific, pero su personal life yo no lo sabía. So cuando lo ves en pantalla tú dices como que oh, this is like the hook y fue bien clever de Bradley lean on this porque es lo más interesante que hay es la relación de ellos dos porque la relación de ellos dos es bien extraña, es una relación bien rara que solamente funciona because they really care for each other a lot. Siento que el primer acto y tercero son los más sólidos, el segundo es kind of drags. Yo siento que la película iba por una tangente que sentía hasta very La La Land like, but the problem was, like La La Land, it kind of dismisses its own style and aesthetic como después del primer acto. Hizo exactamente lo mismo esta película. La película te tira unos visuales y unos shots y te wow, esta película se va a tirar all the way con esto y ya después de los 40 minutos se puso bastante standard. Hay momentos que están bien logrados, pero for the most part, es como que todos son still shots en Warners que duran como 3 minutos de ellos hablando y dialogando y whatever. Pero se perdió un poquito lo que yo pensé que iba a ser la película después del primer acto.
Let me ask you a question. That Maestro's coming to theaters or is that direct to Netflix?
Bueno, it will come to theaters, pero yo no sé si va a caer en Puerto Rico en theaters. Yo sé que si va para Netflix, for sure, eso va. No sé si la tienen en Puerto Rico. Yo sé que en Estados Unidos, for sure, eso va a estar en cine.
Right? Pero tocaron like Glass Onion esa cosa en Puerto Rico, ¿no?
Yes, they did.
Okay, then lo más probable va a tocar ahí, then. Has to.
Tiene que ser un push bien grande, pero es que depende de cuánto es el push. Por ejemplo, ahora mismo el cine está corriendo a Fair Play, que sale en Netflix next week, pero ya está en cines ahora, ¿me entiendes? Pero esos cines, el Paris Theater, que es el único que es Netflix owned, ¿me entiendes? So, no sé cuánto se release de, por ejemplo, Maestro. Yo asumo que quizás sea grande porque Bradley Cooper, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are hyping this movie y quieren ver esta película. So, yo presumo que quizás haga un release un poquito más guay. Pero si no, va a estar en Netflix.
Bradley Cooper's a movie star, right? Like a legit movie star? Yeah, so maybe they must do a push over there, you know?
Yo asumo que sí.
I can never detect if you're like if you're being condescending or not. Like Bradley Cooper's a superstar, right? Like
no.
Bueno, acuérdate Hangover, loco, eso es un fan de chavo.
You're right, no.
I'm the raccoon, sir.
Esa película.
Pero es que that's hard, pero que Raccoon
cabrón.
Pero Hangover, I would argue que sí, él es bastante protagónico ahí. Y también acuérdate que se hizo la de All A Star Is Born, estuvo al lado de Lady Gaga, eso tiene un montón.
He was in that other movie with oh my god, the therapy movie. What the hell's their name?
Therapy movie.
Yes. Oh my god. You're gonna make me blank on it right now? It's with the girl from she just had a solo movie hace poco, a comedy.
Con Jennifer
Aniston.
Silver Lining Playbook.
That movie's baller as shit.
We love you, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Over here.
Bueno, Miguel, eso sinceramente was an actual question because I adore him, but I don't know if the general public adores him. So por eso pregunto, is he a movie star?
I think he's pretty. He has a marketable
must
name.
Do a push. Like if people love him the way that we love him, they'll go see the movie.
I would argue that he's a famous name. I just don't know if
he's a star.
No, I think he's a star, but he's like I don't know if people. I think people see him like a pop culture type of star. I don't know if they take him seriously as an actor yet. Does that make sense? Am I wrong?
Hopefully this helps because he's a damn good actor.
Yeah.
Pues yo creo que esta might be the one.
Amazing. I'm sorry. I love A Star Is Born.
What he did with his voice is incredible. It's incredible. That dude's a legitimate performer. Incredible.
Sorry, guys.
Pues yo creo que en esta, pues sí, he kind of went out, él hizo like a voice también, o tiene los prosthetics, he's really trying to embody lo que era Leonard Feldstein. So yo creo que en ese aspecto, pues sí. Sí. Feldstein, ya. Yo creo que en ese aspecto, pues sí, como que he does a really good performance, he's really trying to push himself. Como que mira, like, I'm trying to like give it my all, I'm trying to embody this person, honestamente. Pero también Carey Mulligan, like, steals the show porque es Carey Mulligan. Like, she can literally do anything y bajar el cabrón. And this is no different. Like, she's really fucking good.
Is West Side Story?
So they reference West Side Story, but they don't do anything with West Side Story.
Okay.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. I guess he didn't want to lean on that. Es que acuérdate también, so there's a history behind this. Originally, tengo entendido que Spielberg iba a dirigir esta película, but then he just did something else. I think it was actually West Side Story también. Pero tengo entendido, porque los Q&A were kind of talking about this, cuando Bradley Cooper estaba dirigiendo, both Martin Scorsese and Spielberg were literally detrás de él, como mirando los frames y todo. And I'm pretty sure que le dieron mucho critique y mucho guía de dirigir, que sí, okay, because I feel like they have a lot of faith in him as a director. So they're really pushing him como para que siga dirigiendo.
Spoiler. Who is Bomer playing? Who's Matt Bomer playing?
Who's who?
Matt Bomer.
Un jevo de él.
Okay. That's why he's uncredited. Okay, all right. Spoilers. All right, never mind.
Also, la película va a estar en Selected Theaters en noviembre y en diciembre 20 va a estar en Netflix.
Ya, los 20, cojones. Fuck.
Yeah.
So far.
That's a month's run, right? You said it was going to be in November?
Noviembre, Selected Theaters y después diciembre 20.
That's that Netflix run, baby.
Sí, yo creo que eso es Netflix trying to really push this movie. Y ha tenido reviews favorables, so yo creo que sí. Una película que la gente va a considerar for sure.
Right, so you got one left, right? What was the last one you saw?
One left. La última que vi hasta ahora se llama Agro Drift. This is a movie I don't think, okay. So yes. Agro Drift, it's a very hard movie to describe because it's barely a movie. Es una experiencia, es una cosa extraña. Es una película que Harmony Korine hizo como experimento donde él grabó la película entera en infrarrojo. La grabó con Travis Scott. Travis Scott para sale como 10 minutos. Realmente it's not even that pivotal to the movie. Pero él sabe para vender la película. Pero la película literalmente la grabó en infrarrojo. Ese es como que el gimmick que tiene la película. Y la película es trying to do like a very aesthetic thing donde simplemente la película son vibes. Es simplemente vibes por 80 minutos.
Okay, Hotline Miami.
Es Hotline Miami. Pero yo en mi tweet, yo puse que era como si un nene de 12 años se fue en un fever dream después de haber jugado Grand Theft Auto como por, qué sé yo, 2 semanas y he was snorting literally fucking Mountain Dew. Es como que un viaje pasto tan cabrón.
That shit barely looks like a movie. It looks like a Winamp like visualizer.
Exacto. Es como que eso, es bien raro. O sea, es sobre este asesino que tiene que hacer esta misión. Pero, pues, o sea, quiere proteger a su familia, pero no puede, pero whatever, tiene que hacer su misión, y ya está la historia. He just needs to carry on his mission. That's the movie.
On a mission to kill a demonic crime lord. That's it.
Cabrón, ese demonic crime el demonic crime lord es un loco. Es la cosa, ok, yo vi la película con un pana, and
I just got a message from SAG. I'm so sorry to cut you off. As of 6 minutes ago, they have concluded bargaining with the AMPTP and will resume talks on Friday. It's pretty good. Yeah. Perhaps. I'm still trying to cut it, but because we were talking about earlier. But
that's good. That's
breaking,
good. That's really good.
Breaking news.
Nice.
Now our movies will hopefully get back on track.
Resume pronto. Exacto, van a resume pronto.
Oh my God! I realized that our actors can't promote our shorts either. The ones that we made.
What? Pero si no tengo SAG, it doesn't. That's not how it works.
They're independently made.
Your guys are SAG.
was like, I don't have
My
anybody in my show.
my guys are not SAG. Ninguno de los actores son
The only
SAG.
thing that Orengo sags is his balls. That's about it. They don't.
I think so. Yeah.
I was SAG.
Teo no es SAG. Like pretty certain of that. Y Edwin Meno.
He should be. He should be making bank. That man is incredible.
You guys can discuss this later.
Sorry.
Finish your conversation.
So la estaba viendo con pana. Entonces we were like fucking like la película empieza very strong in a way that they want. Like the director, I think my theory is that he's trolling. I think he just made a movie para que la gente se encabronara con él. Because el mero hecho de que yo las conté, fueron como 15 y 6 personas se fueron de la sala. Críticos de cine, profesionales, they just fucking went up and left the theater. Me da a entender que es una película que va a ser difícil cuando salga, for sure. It's
Somebody approved
insane.
the
It's an
budget for
insane
that,
movie. I feel like it doesn't have a budget. I feel like it was just el cabrón grabando jamberías por fucking 80 minutos. Like, loco, no es plot. Yo me pregunto cómo él pudo filmar las cosas que filmó. La historia no existe. Es simplemente este guy meandering si va a hacer la misión o no va a hacer. Pero es el contenido de la película and the things that Harmony Korine does in 2023, which is shocking that he did them. And he's just trying to see what he can get away with. Eso es todo lo que es. Es una película como que it's so edgy que es insane. Y actually el estudio, porque es un estudio, el estudio se llama Edgelord. So that kind of tells you what kind of movie you're in for.
Cabrón, estoy viendo el trailer y
Right?
and you explaining it at the same time y es como que esto no es un viaje de pasto, esto es un viaje de perico, cabrón.
Es un viaje bien cabrón.
The only thing I've ever seen from him is Spring Breakers, so I'm good. And that was,
No,
cabrón, el trailer doesn't make any sense.
I love Harmony Korine. I'm gonna be their opening night. I love him.
Puñeta, por lo menos Shakti sí hace sentido. Mira, eso lo voy a dejar por ahí. Toma.
all right.
Dita sea.
So you're having a good time at the festival. What? He froze. He froze. Okay. So,
cabrón, de verdad, vean el trailer porque estoy viéndolo y literalmente eso hubiese sido la película. They would have just if they would have just taken the trailer and submitted it as a short movie, it would have worked.
So
véanlo después.
Mr. Castle, we're gonna talk about.
Well, I gotta edit anyway. So I love you guys very much. ¿De qué? Before I leave, I would just like to say a few things that I enjoyed about the episode of Ashoka. Then I gotta go edit. Deke, I really like this. There's this one shot I thought of you that was a wide shot. If you have Ashoka here and the Night Sister here, and they were lightsaber fighting, and it went on for like 10 seconds, and I was just like,
10 seconds. Just. ¿Ustedes no me escuchan?
Ahora sí.
We can hear you.
Ok. Pero ¿qué tú dices? La super pelea que duró como que 16 segundos y ya en total.
No, yes, but there was this wide shot of Ashoka fighting Morgan. And it just goes on for like 7 to 10 seconds, and I was really happy with it. I was like, okay, you did it. And then I saw it was Rick Fumiyama that directed it, and I was like, of course Rick directed it, of course. That's why it looks so epic.
Ya se sintió bien diferente, pero como que el episodio anterior, como que si tú lo encontraste, no era ni necesario entonces, porque ya empezamos a hablar del episodio.
No,
Yeah.
todavía.
Yeah.
Bueno,
Well, I mean.
I gotta edit. I'm so sorry. I gotta edit. I was just gonna say.
Mr. Castle wanted to.
And then go.
He was good, positive remarks.
Incredible. Love that. Do you think that season 2? This question for everyone, and then I also want Deke to answer. But do you think that season 2 will happen, or is it just gonna be his Thrawn movie? So everyone, what do you guys think?
I think season 2 is gonna happen.
Okay.
I don't think
For Thrawn, the Thrawn movie.
Yeah, I don't
it's
think.
cheaper. It's cheaper.
I don't.
But they're still
in a
gonna
way.
make the Thrawn movie, so it's
But
technically.
I don't think it's. Has it been official already that they're gonna give him his movies?
Yeah, I thought that was official, wasn't it?
La película, el junte,
Dave
de
Filoni.
todas estas cosas, sí.
Yeah, he said
Official.
Yeah, he said it's going to connect all of his TV shows.
No tiene nombre porque todavía faltaría lo que es Acolyte. Después que esté Acolyte, se supone que viene la película.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited for Acolyte fucking Kung. Did you see the footage from Star Wars Celebration?
No, de Acolytes no, yo no he visto.
Cabrón, Carrie-Anne Moss is doing space kung fu. And the force pushes somebody to move for 3 inches. I was just like,
You have to send it.
yeah, I was literally just like, this was all I
Pero no,
wanted.
no. Pero Acolytes es High Republic, right? Like, es bien viejo.
Yeah.
Lo que yo sí me he dado cuenta es que hay un montón de contenido de High Republic y muchos de los name drops del episodio son de High Republic. So, como que a lo mejor nosotros no tenemos contexto porque no estamos leyendo los libros, pero casi todas estas cosas, por qué los witches están en ese plan, en ese sector de la galaxia, lo que ellas son, ya eso lo están cubriendo en High Republic. So, no sé si es como un tie-in de tratar de hacer que tú leas los libros, veas los juegos también, porque había muchas cosas de Planeta de los Sci-Fi, había muchas cosas que yo digo, wow, están tirando todo el contenido junto.
La serie no te aguanta la mano para nada. Not even for Rebels. Like, la serie assumes that you saw Rebels from de rabo a cabo.
Like, dicen como que, ¿te recuerdas a Kanan Jarrus? Sí, el tipo que murió heroicamente. ¿No te acuerdas de él? Pues ves Rebels. Abajo lo decía básicamente el subtítulo.
Literal.
Would you cast Jr. in the flashback? If for a flashback of Kanan, would you still cast Freddie Prinze Jr. as Kanan?
It would be awesome, pero at this point, would they cast him? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird because I was confused. I just want to know how Ashley Eckstein feels when they're saying when they're keeping Thrawn and they're keeping certain actors from cartoon to live action. I'm just curious when Ashley can get a really good juicy role because I think that she is the heart of Star Wars.
Tú estás diciendo, espera, perdona, me perdí un poco en la pregunta. El de Ahsoka, o sea, la que hacía la voz de Ahsoka, el revolú ese de que no la castearon a ella y muchos fans están divididos. Yo honestamente, como no sé mucho de ella, si ella ha actuado y ha hecho otras cosas, no sé si fue el mismo estudio que dijo como que, mira, haces un voice acting brutal, pero no vas a traducir bien para live action. Y pues por eso cogieron el poder que puede tener el nombre Rosario Dawson versus el nombre de ella, ¿entiendes? Como que son decisiones ejecutivas que nosotros a lo mejor no estamos considerando.
Entiendo que ella también fue fan-casted, so
Boss
como
Logic.
que pues.
¿Tú puedes creer que Boss Logic got somebody a multi-million-dollar job? That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Está cool.
Yeah.
By the way, I love you guys. I keep looking at the footage. It's literally like right here. I gotta finish this edit. So love you guys.
Zumba.
Bye.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Lex, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso, Lex?
That wasn't me. What are we talking about?
It was you, man. I saw you do this y salió la voz. What?
All right, anyways, moving on.
Later, I don't have the power.
Ahsoka. Everybody, we're here. We can be totally honest. What you guys think, what you guys like, what you guys dislike, what you guys thought worked, what you guys thought was complete garbage. I will give you guys the forum with the exception that Deke goes last.
Please, and thank you.
Who wants to go first?
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I think season 1 of Ahsoka was culo, and anybody that likes it is culo también.
Okay, you might wanna elongate those words though, because we're not in kindergarten anymore.
Pero hablando claro, está chévere. Vamos a verse un domingo.
Wait. All right, then. Come on, Sally, go ahead.
Nada, de verdad está chévere. Me gusta que no te aguante de la mano porque that way you can enjoy a little bit more of Star Wars lore. Puedes entretenerte con otra serie de Star Wars. Eso es algo que yo estaba diciendo ahorita en el chat, como que está cool que esté conectado a such a long format series y que a lot of people like it and it was so different. Y además que te dan contexto de cosas que pasaron en la vida de los Jedi, entre medio de los prequels and whatnot. I love how grown up and how well the characters look, especialmente Sabine. Para mí, yo creía que le iban a poner un submierda o lo que sea, ya que pues Disney Plus tiene la jodida manía de hacer también los los suits como DC, que parece que lo compraron en Paris City. Cosas que un cosplayer puede hacer mejor. Pues, anyway. No sé, me pareció interesante. No fue como que super deep, porque lo deep está en Rebels y Clone Wars. Pero artísticamente, esto es lo que llevo diciendo toda la tarde, because I've been shit today. Artísticamente está bien cabrona. Ustedes, ¿quién era que no era fan de los white shots?
Maybe it was a friend we have on common. We can't say that he didn't like
Santana,
white shots. We can't.
Sí. Anyways.
Está equivocado.
No, yo creo que fue de que.
Yo creo que fue de.
Yo creo que fue de que.
Creo que fue Orengo que se limpió el culo con los white shots. Vamos a echárselo ahora.
Sí, es verdad, sí. No, okay. Anyways, sentí que habían unos white shots que a mí me encantaron porque artísticamente se veían bien cabrones. Like, whoever did the designs, like the, ¿cómo es? Oh my God, I'm blanking out on the word. Miguel, me lo pegaste. Ay, Dios mío. O sea, los sketches, los bocetos, the concept art, there we go. Whoever thought of the concept art, or did that, or worked on that, or the team that did it, de verdad que están cabrones. Había unos white shots y unos shots que se veían bien nítidos. Y yo diría...
Octubre 22 sale el libro oficialmente, Celi.
Eso es.
Todas las series tienen concept artworks que las venden, pero ellos esperan como que 1 o 2 semanas para que salga.
Sí, pues voy a ver porque de verdad lo quiero comprar porque hay un shot de una nave que se ve, it looks like a mechanically engineered design y se ve bien cabrón. A mí me gustó un montón visualmente. Yo pienso que cogieron elementos de cositas que tenía Marvel porque están usando mucho la paleta de colores azul y dorado, o sea, ese deep blue que también tenían Eternals. So, como que yo me puse a pensar, si hubiesen hecho una serie de Eternals, hubiese sido mejor que la película. Pero pues, anyways, la encontré interesante, estaba media lenta, el diálogo también estaba medio lento, pero pues, we're in the space, trying to save somebody, trying to prevent a war, everybody's on edge, everybody's super edgy, y qué sé yo, y nadie se ha visto en 400 años, han pasado un montón de cosas. So, es como que quería justificar, es que no sé cómo explicarlo, porque es que I felt it long. It wasn't necessarily bad, because I enjoy it visually, pero como que I needed a little bit more excitement, I guess. I need a little bit more, I don't know, like expand the story, ya que estás contando todo esto, expand what they have been doing, expande como que qué ha pasado con el resto del universo, por qué están aquí, o sea, y they do, por encima, en mi opinión, como que no hay tanto lore de esa manera, sino como que easter eggs para que sigas viendo o que vuelvas a ver Rebels.
So the first two episodes, they drag a bit. They drag a bit, and it hit. I think the Nielsen, whatever they call them, the Nielsen charts show that the first 2 episodes like low viewership. It dipped hard. The third one, where they start mentioning Anakin again, that's when like shit shot up.
Claro, sí.
For everything shot up again. Third, right? Third.
Yo sé que no hemos visto lo mejor de Disney Plus, por lo menos de los shows, no hemos visto lo mejor todavía. I don't know if we will ever do.
Yes, I'm kidding. I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit.
Pero I think the costumes were great. For some reason, I like the color palette that they used. Again, para mí que todo fue eye candy, pero artistic wise. That's what I can say. Yo le daría como un 8 de 10.
Okay. All right.
Si le tuviese que dar un score para que ustedes pues.
Yes.
Like I loved it, pero pues.
Okay.
Que tengo mejor
Are you, somebody asking you for money?
Skip to Lex. Venga.
I pray that he's not getting carjacked right now. And Lex obviously
my footage to mug in Nueva York.
I hope he's not getting mugged. Poor guy. Anyway, Lex.
Sería el episodio más view de nosotros.
While Orengo fights for his life and while Orengo is there.
Hey, ahí él tiene su blog para su nueva
Mira, yo veo
película.
la cámara moviéndose mucho. Yo creo que de verdad.
While Orengo
Bro,
is there
can you imagine
negotiating.
that shit? This would be all over the
Negotiating
news.
what he's going to give up right now. He's
Pero
like,
es
I
que
can't give up the
mantener-
phone. I'm on a podcast. Take everything else. I can't give up the phone, bro. All right.
I can get off the
Next.
pass. Please take my wallet, but don't take the
Loco,
pass.
esto es una premisa para una película. Empieza en un podcast, se le cae el teléfono a Orengo, se prende el audio y escuchamos el mugging y somos los únicos testigos live.
It's like that. What is that? That fucking movie that it's like the whole time was on a webcam.
Pero está vivo.
Sí.
Oh, he's alive. He's alive. All right.
You want me to
bro,
talk
so-
first then? I can talk.
Are you okay?
Are you safe?
I'm good. Es que hablando con Saya. Sorry, my bad. Ajá.
Contexto,
ok.
cabrón.
Yo estoy como que
la
en el,
película.
I'm in the balcony de él, basically. So. Es que no estoy en está muy oscuro.
Very safe.
It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm good.
cool. All right. So let's hope this doesn't make you jump off. What do you feel about Ahsoka? How did you feel?
Bueno, me voy. I'm kidding. I think it's just very mediocre. No sé, como que siento que encapsula mucho de los problemas que yo tengo con todo el contenido que lleva haciendo Disney por estos par de años, donde como que no sé, la novedad se ha ido wearing off little by little y está fine porque técnicamente está bien hecha, like, la composición, los tiros. No puedo comparar, por ejemplo, a un Obi-Wan, que Obi-Wan, Cristo amado, los tiros están fucking abominables, están bien mal hechos. No entendí por qué. Porque era gente competente detrás de la cámara, pero porque no se veían incompetentes los tiros. La historia está fine porque usó una plantilla que todo el mundo reconoce, que es la misma de episodio 4 a episodio 7. Tengo que buscar a alguien on the galaxy, ¿me entiendes? So they have a mission, they have un mapita, tengo que buscar a alguien. Lo que pasa es que, pues, esto se reguinda mucho, lo cual ya es beneficioso, maybe, pero se reguinda tanto de tu knowledge de Clone Wars y Rebels, que entonces es un nicho del nicho del nicho. Entonces es bien complicado tu poder empatizar porque yo no veo nada en la pantalla que me haga querer. Entonces, el problema es que yo necesito backstory para poder empatizar con lo que está pasando a Ahsoka, le está pasando a Sabino, porque tienen que buscar a Ezra. Then I feel que está complicado. They should have just called it Rebel 5 y Season 5 se acabó, ¿me entiendes? Hubiera sido más fácil. Así yo no había que verlo nunca. Porque no iba a tener la razón de verlo porque entonces necesitaba el contexto para verlo, pero tratar de venderlo por algo que no es. Pero entonces es fine, porque eso es un issue de mercadeo. Vamos a decir que, pues, can it stand on its own, porque mucha gente lo va a ver de entrada. I don't feel like it stands on its own, porque tiene que ser tan tienes que cargar tanto con las emociones y los character arcs de estos personajes que siento que fallan, porque tú no tienes ninguna conexión real con Ahsoka y Sabine. Ahsoka en episodio 4 o 5, a través de Anakin, te das cuenta que Ahsoka has lost the will to live y I guess que no quiere bregar con su aprendiz porque no se siente capaz. I mean, son cosas que nunca vi por 4 episodios enteros, 4 episodios donde ella está brincando en una nave espacial en el espacio con un spacesuit, pero si you waste my time on that scene en vez de por lo menos recontextualizar la relación de ella con Sabine de nuevo. Entonces como que son muchos momentos que se pierden en nada. Entonces lo que digo que porque esto indica de todos estos shows y contenido de Disney es que todo siempre es preparándote para lo próximo y todo es siempre para lo próximo. Nunca puedes dejar que algo exista por sí solo, porque todo esa serie es un build-up, un personaje que es un alien azul, en la cual que digo, pues fine, sale el alien azul, ¿qué es lo que va a hacer? Nada, porque no tengo que esperar yo a sabe Dios cuánto tiempo para ver un season 2 si es que lo hacen. So, ¿qué es esto? ¿Me entiendes? Como que no me da un sense del scale, no me da un sense de por qué me importa que tengan que buscar a Ezra. Fine, estuvo lindo el momento porque los personajes hicieron un buen trabajo, como que dando estos sentimientos entre las miradas y la sonrisa y whatever, chilling, pero no da una validez de por qué tiene que existir, para nada. Like, yo siento que quizás lo que hicieron en Clone Wars, que yo puse Clone Wars, era enough para darme un buen rounded character arc de Ahsoka desde principio a fin, porque también vi los clips de Rebels y me contextualiza donde ya terminó, ¿me entiendes? Pero en esta serie yo no aprendí nada nuevo de Ashoka. No siento que ella pasó por nada grande que justifica algo. Si acaso con Sabine, maybe you can argue que hay algo ahí, pero tampoco siento que hay nada. Entonces trae muchos conceptos, por eso termino, trae muchos conceptos que sí se han visto probablemente en la serie animada, que lo traes como que a live action, que siento que ya hasta para mí, yo me estoy desconectando con el mundo, porque traerme witches, traerme space whales, siento que maybe it's a bridge too far for me, pienso que es demasiado ridículo para mí, porque entonces me pongo a cuestionar la cuestión de la magia en un mundo donde antes era con la idea del espiritualismo, y con el espiritualismo todo el mundo podía ser un Jedi o ser force sensitive de alguna forma u otra, pero tú traer witches where they're like brewing spells, como que it just was bizarre to me, me siento que estoy viendo hasta Lord of the Rings to some degree,
Because
which is kind of weird.
Because you didn't see Clone Wars.
That's fine,
That's the
pero
thing. That's the
Yo
problem
también
with
pienso,
the series. That's
no,
they
no,
go balls deep on things that were mentioned
sí,
in other parts of the series and other series or whatever. And
no
I
son muy
understand how it
locos,
can be.
pero pues,
I understand how it can be disjointing if you're coming in. You know what like? There's no real explanation for some of the stuff. It's just blah blah meow there or whatever, and it's just like go with it.
that's fine.
pero I do appreciate that because a mí me gustaría que pasara eso en otros IPs. Que trataran otros IPs de esta manera porque they're really giving it like the fan service it deserves. So, esa parte I made peace with it. Okay, no he visto Clone Wars, no he visto Rebels por completo, pero I appreciate that this series did something for the fans porque they're the one that are going to enjoy the most porque como Rengo y yo dijimos, esto es un nicho. So, en realidad,
Don't
to
you
me,
think?
that part is a little bit fine.
Don't you think? Don't you think? So I'll play devil's advocate a little bit.
Dale, zumba.
Even though the execution is like a little don't you think they do a good job of both giving fan service to the people that saw the series and people who like act or people who haven't seen the Clone Wars, the series or whatever? Don't you think it does a good job of introducing new elements and using the excuse? Bear with me, cabrón. Wait, let me finish. Using the excuse that it's literally like another galaxy. Like you haven't been exposed to these things because you're literally.
¿Puedo
No,
hablar de contexto?
tu trato era que tú ibas a hablar al final. Eso es lo que tú querías, ahora es lo que te vas a comer.
Yo digo que no, para la gente nueva no es un hook, porque la cosa es que la
magia que no tiene contexto de Star Wars y, o sea, se disfrutó el programa sin tener contexto, sin saber absolutamente nada. Like, alguien, imagínate, viendo Ashoka, pero no, es que
you threw your hat into the fold. You threw your hat into the fold. Now you put your whole hand in. Dale.
Zumba por ahí. Zumba, mira qué cabrón es también.
My thing was, even though I think it was executed badly, I think if you're like, let's say you saw the movies but you never saw the series, you might see this and you might be like, what the fuck, magic? Like, oh shit. Like, I've never seen this before in any of the movies and any live action representation. Like, where's this coming from? So it feels like something new to somebody who hasn't ever seen the series before. I think that kind of does work for some people. It didn't work for me. It didn't work for me.
¿Tú sabes cuál es el problema de que no funciona? Además de todo que si por ejemplo tú eres un normie que solo viste las películas, full, solamente viste las 9 películas, esto pasa sandwich between 6 y 7. Después no traen magia ever again. Like, witches are never a thing. Y no me puedes justificar que pase en otra galaxia cuando ya están haciendo magia desde esta galaxia, ¿no? Pero si no me equivoco, así es que hicieron el portal. Creo que estaban haciendo magia para llegar a otro portal.
What are you talking about? In the
la magia.
Yeah.
The magic you're talking about in the series?
Sí, en la serie ella hacía magia desde la galaxia de Star Wars como tal para pasar para la otra galaxia. So ya la magia está establecida within la galaxia de Star Wars.
But you've never seen it in a live action movie. Unless you saw it in Clone Wars. You would have never seen it.
Pero lo que te digo es que fine, puede existir magia, pero then you go to episode 7 and that's never talked about, explored, nada. It's never a thing.
I think my opinion, my theory is that the witches is like basically gonna lead to how Palpatine gets resurrected.
Sure.
And they're gonna be dealt with. They're literally gonna be dealt with self-contained. Like, or those three characters in particular are probably a Dave Filoni movie, and that's it. Like those three characters are gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna raise Palpatine. They're gonna, and that's it. Those three characters are probably gonna be killed, but that's gonna be their contribution to fix.
Magic is how the witches call the Force. Bueno, I didn't know que the Force puede materializar la espada y puede hacer portales a otras dimensiones. That's insane. I thought it was more like pulling and pushing.
Yeah, so I've never seen that established before. Like even that scene with the sword, that scene was dope as shit to me. I was like, oh, and I thought, said it in the chat. I thought when they did that scene with the, I forget her name, and the sword, I was like, oh shit, okay. My thought was like, you're leading towards an antagonist for season 2, and you're leaving her here on this planet with Ahsoka. I was like, that's what I thought. Let me get a little book. Oh, he's gonna whip out his Bible. I thought that scene was leading towards a basically like an antagonistic character, which I felt sooner or later she's gonna get stranded. But it got dealt with like as soon as they brought her in, and I was like,
ella solo sirvió porque ella estaba en la serie anterior en Mandalorian Season 2, creo que fue, and she was just for the red herring para lo de Thrawn. Ella es un personaje disposable que no aporta un carajo en nada, y le sacaron una espada mágica que a mí no me importa la espada, y yo asumo que la espada tiene un contexto. Not for me, es una espada estúpida que la usa y se fucking muere. Cuando saca la espada, eso random.
That's where the series, I think, just like falls hard. They do a lot of things, but their execution and like what it means for the bigger story is kind of like,
Yo lo que creo es que esa bruja es lo que nosotros queremos ver, lo que llevamos diciendo, que queremos ver las cosas del liga de los Skywalkers que están en el background y hacen cosas que están actualmente funcionando en la pendeja de los Skywalkers, pero we're never gonna see that. Because there's things happening around us, como la pendeja eso de que, lo que pasó en Mandalorian y pasó aquí, que there's people from the Empire que están reformados and they're still within society and shit like that. It's como que that has to count for something in some other place of the fucking galaxy.
Yeah.
Orengo,
I want to see that part.
Orengo, is there anything to finish? We obviously know where you stand with the series. Was there anything at all that you liked, that you thought was redeemable, that
Baylan was cool conceptually, pero ese plan de que hay algo en la galaxia, aquí hay algo en este planeta que calls to me, ya yo estaba como que, okay, this character is also stupid, okay. Y a lo último está mirando hacia el horizonte, y es como que mira hacia el horizonte, y yo como que, we're not gonna see anything, ¿verdad? Cortamos todo, okay, cool, cortamos otra cosa.
He's Bran in Game of Thrones in the last season, looking for Wi-Fi.
Exacto, es como que
no. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you with that character. I thought that character was pretty cool.
Te estoy diciendo lo positivo. Lo positivo es que me gusta hasta esa parte. Eso fue lo estúpido.
Hasta esa parte, pero hasta donde empieza a mencionar que he's looking for something in the planet, that's literally his inception into the series.
Sí, pero su reveal de que ese es el plan pasa lo último.
Oh, okay.
A mí me tripea que
he's not getting abducted by aliens? What the hell is he's on the roof? Who should be like bro, I'm getting complaints from the neighbors. You're being too loud about Star Wars. They're telling you to shut the hell up.
No, mira, yo lo que pensé. Yo lo que pensé que Orengo estaba viendo ya luces porque dice,
that's what he's looking up.
Calma encima.
All right. So,
siga ahí.
You said you like the. All right, never mind. I guess Orengo's done.
No, I mean, lo que te dije, me gusta Baylan, me gusta Shin, se llama ya Shin, ¿verdad? Shin was cool. Ezra was kind of interesting, que no sé nada de su personaje. Like,
Moses.
No tengo la menor idea. Moses.
Let my people go.
Baylan está interesante, conceptually, como que esta idea de que este tipo es como que no quiere ser Sith, no quiere ser Jedi, como que está tanteando en lo suyo, está cool, pero cuando al fin llega al planeta dice, no, es que este planeta tiene algo especial. Como, ¿qué tiene especial? Dave Filoni no lo ha escrito. Ok, pues cool, dale, whatever. Y eso fue. That's it.
They alluded to something that's written there, but again, if you don't do the deep dive, the series does not care about if you didn't do the deep dive or not. So it's basically like do your homework and that's it.
Cool.
This I'll do you one further. This series says watch the series and watch YouTube videos.
Ajá, pero es como que, just give it to me, lo que sea que sea el planeta, like, dame el hint de lo que es, pero se siente que simplemente de eso no lo dejo porque me dije, probably has an idea, pero me frustra que es como que este va a ser el hook porque la gente lo ve, es como que loco, dámelo, like, se convierte. No sé si ustedes han visto cuando Red Letter Media hace el Geek Podcast ese, que es un tripeo a toda la gente que hace contenido de geeks y hablando de cultura popular, pues hay un meme que ellos dicen como que consume product, o sea, don't question it, consume product and then get ready for next product. This is what this feels like. Es como que just eating it up y supone que yo diga, qué rico yummy, y entonces espero para lo otro. I don't know. That's
Right,
it.
so Orengo won't be seeing season 2 or the Filoni movie.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a season 2. Like, esto no hizo números tampoco. Like, it's not even justified its own existence. So, asumo que ahora una película, porque ya la anunciaron. Pero who knows, esas películas se caen left and right de Star Wars.
Hay que ver cuánto venden juguetes. Es lo único que te voy a decir.
Y no vender el juguete, me vi esto de Ahsoka y Sabine, porque Sabine se ve con un blaster, el armor y un lightsaber. Pero,
Lady Wick. Lady Wick.
Yeah.
Yo nada más te voy a decir que ya el lightsaber no se consigue porque siempre está soldado. Eso es lo único que te puedo decir.
Yeah.
Pepto-Bismol bottle. How do you feel over there? About
So all right, so asshole. I like the show. Yeah, I like the show, but this show feels like a love letter to people that like loyally follow fucking Clone Wars and Rebels and shit. It feels like the show is made for those hardcore fans that watched it. As I'm watching it, I'm like, who the fuck is Ezra? Like, okay, I get why, because I know. Like somebody told me, like I saw, yeah, okay, he sacrificed himself for all his friends and he got thrown the fuck out of the galaxy and shit. So I'm going into it knowing that the meat of it is because was their close friend and he sacrificed himself. So that's why they want him back. Aside from that, he's not like, he's not gonna save the galaxy. It's not like they're going there looking for this hero. They're going there looking for
Ay, coño, you're breaking up, bud.
Personal mission. Because once they got him back, he didn't like save anybody. Like the person that really was the MVP of that episode was fucking Sabine. In my opinion, Sabine was the fucking MVP of that episode when Ezra and Ashoka are getting attacked by the TIE fighters. Sabine is the one that fucking knocks down the TIE fighters. When they're all fighting the fucking stormtroopers before they turn into zombies, Ezra and Ahsoka's on the defense, and Sabine whips out her fucking gun and she starts shooting and she helps them. And then when Ezra says, "I can't do that jump," Sabine is the one that fucking pushes. I was like, I don't know these characters outside of the show. So this show had me like, yo, Sabine is a bad bitch. At this last episode, she was the one that was fucking saving everybody. So from a perspective that didn't see Rebels, I was like, okay, this Ezra thing is just because they are much personal, close friends. But aside from that, there wasn't no weight for me to have Ezra and to save Ezra. When Thrawn pops out, again, this is my first time seeing him. Why the fuck is everybody so scared of him? I don't understand because I don't have that knowledge. I didn't see the show. So I'm just sitting there like, I'm here with a bunch of questions and I don't know what the fuck is going on. I was like, what the fuck? What like I see it and I'm enjoying the show. What's happening in the show is not unentertaining. I'm entertained by the show. I like some of the characters, but it doesn't carry the same amount of weight as it would have if I watched the shows. As a person that's going into this, as a fucking noob, as a person that's fresh and doesn't know anybody, like I'm like, it's a decent show. It's cool. There was a lot of really dope moments. I really like the character Balin, but it doesn't carry weight for me because I don't know, I don't know anybody. It wasn't like with Obi-Wan that even though there was a lot of shit to complain about Obi-Wan, I know the character Obi-Wan. I know the other characters in the show. I'm not lost here. So I felt like I could enjoy it more. Like for me, the highlight of the show is when fucking Anakin popped up because I'm a fucking fan of Anakin. So I'm gonna watch it because it's Star Wars content, but there wasn't like a big moment that caught me.
Wow, not a single moment in the show like really had you like holy shit. Not even the end.
Like a holy shit, no, because I like what happened for me. What happened at the end? He's back. This is the problem that I have with prequels. You know more or less how stories are gonna end. So for me, when I know how a story's gonna end, you introduce all these characters that I don't know who the fuck they are. It doesn't carry much weight for me. I know whatever Thrawn is gonna do, he's not gonna achieve any goal. Because this fucking guy's coming back. Palpatine is coming back. So I'm like, okay, whatever happens, it's not gonna go nowhere.
So you don't want to know. You're not interested. You're not interested in the how, and you don't want to. Especially your useless coasters you have on your bookshelf. You don't want to know maybe how the First Order came about.
I feel like that all came from Palpatine and Pickled Snoke. No, is that not how that? Is that not how that fucking happened?
You don't know though. You don't know. You just woke up one day and these two characters were in the galaxy. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's the possibility of fleshing story out. There's a possibility of fleshing story out. To me, that's the hook of this series. Because like you said, this series isn't gonna go or that's the hook of the explanation of these things. Because like you said, for me, they aren't gonna tell us anything that's gonna affect 7, 8, and 9. Like we know how that story plays out, fine, but we don't know. I guess a chunk of time in between, so I'm curious to see if this explains that.
Pero güey, para ti, ¿tú crees que un buen contenido, una buena historia, es que te expliquen una cosa que es insignificante en una película? Like,
¿Cómo que insignificante?
porque estás hablando lo de los cloning del emperador, ¿no?
Yeah. Because basically how the emperor came back.
It doesn't matter. Like,
I think in the context of how people don't like the way he came back, yeah, it does matter because if this is a chance to fix it for the fans, if this is a fan to give a better explanation of how that should happen, then maybe it's worth giving it a shot. I think it does. I think it does. I think it can fix.
La película tiene muchos más problemas que simplemente no saber cómo el emperador regresó.
I think you can say that about a lot of the Star Wars movies, but I think that's the biggest plot hole. That's one of the biggest plot holes they have, though.
¿Y tú crees que eso arregla la película?
We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it.
No. Let's say that
you're talking about fixing the whole movie in general?
Yeah.
I don't think it fixes the whole movie, but I think it's a good element like you could delve into. I don't think it's a bad thing that you could add context to or like fix.
Okay, so vamos a asumir lo obvio, que ya lo regresaron con magia. Okay, pues, Emperador regresó con magia. So, ¿qué importa?
¿Cómo que qué importa? That's context.
What's the context?
It fills in a gap that we don't know about.
Ya tengo que hablar porque se me está acabando el tiempo del episodio, perdonen. Del mío. Lo tengo toda la noche para el episodio. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God. All right, dale.
I
didn't talk about how I felt about the fucking series, but okay, all right.
No, pero es que siempre es lo mismo. O sea, you hate Star Wars, guys. It's okay. No funciona como serie.
I did not say that.
Strawmanning your opponent is the best way to start an argument.
Now I get to mute him.
I was this close.
Why'd he leave?
He left.
Bitch. Bro, I was this close to getting a fucking Knights of Ren tattoo. How dare you, motherfucker, say that I don't like Star Wars, bitch? I was gonna put ink on me, my guy. I was gonna put ink on me, bro.
Unlike what Orengo said, unlike what Deka said, while I don't agree with a lot of decisions made in the series, near the end I was starting to enjoy it. I was starting to enjoy it there are things that kind of piss me off about it, but they didn't piss me off to the point where it was unwatchable. I'll tell you right off the bat the things that had me scratching my head. Those first 2 episodes are slow as shit. They're super duper slow. Those first 2 episodes are like drag. Like I was forcing myself to get past the second one. The 3rd episode was cool. Basically going back to Clone Wars and seeing. I understand how it doesn't give much context to the relationship, or it doesn't really add a lot to the story or what the character is going through. But I'm sorry to see Hayden Christensen in his setup from Clone Wars, to make him look similar to the CGI character. I thought that was very cool. I thought that was a very nice little touch, especially since this is like that director's baby. That series is that director's creation or whatever. I guess he was sucking his own dick there. Pardon my French. Like it was very. I enjoyed it or whatever. Visually, what they did with the whole representation of him, like, you know, I don't know if that's a force growth, or I don't know if that's a mental representation. But visually, what I saw on the screen was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, like seeing him like flash back and forth between like Anakin and then like the light splashes and they're giving you. I thought that was pretty cool. I can't believe Dick had left. Damn it. Freaking jerk. Like anyway, espérate, wait. I gotta get this off my chest. The whole Ezra thing. The show does feel like it's surrounded around the return of Ezra. Like, as much as it's about Ahsoka and her whole thing, like they really push the Ezra envelope a lot. Like they're constantly name dropping him. They're constantly trying to get him back. That's like Sabine's main goal, is to get him back. She doesn't want to leave him behind. Once he comes back, they focus a lot on him and some of the episodes. Some of the decisions they make with him are kind of stupid. I don't understand how you're a pacifist when you have like the equivalent of Nazi ears hanging off of your neck. Like his suit is literally made out of dog tags. If you look at it closely, like they're stormtrooper dog tags. So homeboy was seeing some action. Pacifist my ass. He was fighting on that planet. So I just don't understand the context with making him like the what do you call it? The space monk. You know what I mean? Like everything on his body shows you that he's been fighting or whatever. So you give this pacifist attitude, then you give me a segment where he's like, ew, a lightsaber, ew, gross, or whatever. And then in the following episode, you have him start building one. Like that type of stuff is just a little bit too disjointed for me. So I'm like, what's the deal with this character? And it starts pissing me off. He in his series was very adept with a lightsaber. Homeboy can defend himself. I do not understand why he's kind of a chump in this series, other for the fact that you're trying to write the women to be more empowered.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
I'm
sorry. You could say it. This is the first series where I've actually felt like that. Like you take this character and you're kind of like nerfing him so that the female characters look más empoderada.
I have the episode in the background.
Nick says that he's like, I didn't get the feeling of like Ezra was gonna save us or whatever. But yet that's the one character you put that returns to the galaxy or whatever. Like he's their hope now. For coming back.
He's there.
Exacto.
He's their hope. He's the focus now. He's that
bringing Ahsoka and Sabine back.
He is the savior. They got left behind, and he's the one that they put enough importance on in the series that he ends up in the main galaxy now, and everybody's mascando with the fact that he's back. I just don't understand sometimes how the show goes about like portraying some of these characters. Thrawn, as much as I liked them in this series and I thought he was cool, what was Thrawn's big? So he is a military mastermind. What was his chess move in the series?
To wait.
I'm
Patiently wait.
a bounce. I'm gonna
bounce.
Much like Deke. That was his chess move. I left. I won't give you the benefit of the doubt.
That's what I mean. Like, if somebody's like me that's coming into this fresh and doesn't know about this character, I'm like, what the fuck is everybody scared of? Like, I thought that he was gonna be like this malicious motherfucker, and he was gonna be like this just fucking. I thought like he was gonna like, for a moment, I thought he was gonna sacrifice Morgan like himself. I thought he was gonna do some shit like that, and it was like he was asking for volunteers. Does anybody want to volunteer to go fight? Like, he wasn't even like, I'm the fucking boss. You go the fuck over there and do the fuck I say. Everybody's so scared of it. And, like, it doesn't show me why I should be like scared of it. Why should I think
de que entró, déjalo hablar. He patiently waited.
All right. I don't think that's fair because you weren't here for when I praised the stuff in the series. Now you were only here for the bad shit I said, but all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was watching backstage. No, mira, es rápido, ¿no? El Imperio contraataca.
Es rápido.
Es rápido. Me cago en el diablo. La fucking semana completa jodiendo y ahora va a ser rápido.
No, mira.
I'm gonna do 5 minutes, fucking guy.
No. A mí algo que siempre me ha gustado de ¿cómo te digo? De los diferentes shows, lo que me gustaba antes, pero ahora como que it's getting kind of repetitive, es que ahora todo tiene que tener como que un junte y un payoff, cuando no está dependiendo de como cada programa individualmente. Lo que hacía Rebels bien chévere era que Rebels it was its own thing, y como te digo, los villanos eran de Rebels, las cosas que aparecían en Rebels eran de Rebels, sí venían pequeños elementos, they were there, pero no eran el enfoque. O sea, esta gente tuvo su propia batalla que en la forma que lo escribieron, al ellos tener esa batalla, impidieron que llegaran refuerzos a Endor en la última película, en lo que sería Return of the Jedi. So, ellos hicieron como que su propio universo y su propia narrativa como que encerrada ahí. Cuando al principio yo escuché que en Ashoka iban a salir todos estos personajes, como que me dio un poco de preocupación que honestamente a lo mejor no iba a traducir bien a traducirse bien al formato de live. Cuando empecé a ver la serie, sí habían como una inconsistencia que tal vez es el clash de tú tienes a Filoni como que escribiendo sobre sus bebés, escribiendo lo que le gusta, y Filoni es como por decir como el no sé ni el nombre.
¿Jon Favreau?
No, como el Marvel. ¿Cómo es que se llama el de Marvel? Ya se me olvidó. Kevin Feige. Ajá. Como que ahora se supone.
Yo le adjudico el MCU a Jon Favreau, no a Kevin Feige. Pero vamos.
Pero como que es el que está tomando más decisiones y todas las cosas que él escribe como que tienen más relevancia a lo que escriba Jon Favreau. Y como que me daba un poquito de miedo al principio eso de que si no veías las cosas anteriores no lo ibas a entender. ¿Qué pasa? La serie tiene un montón de deep lore, que lo admito, que si no has leído, no has visto cosas, hay como 400 name drops que, por ejemplo, Eye of Zion, todo el mundo se quedó Matrix, pero obviamente el Eye of Zion tiene un montón de referencias con los teachings de los Sith. Para los que no saben, los Sith, la facción de los Sith en el deep lore, los Sith tuvieron una guerra con otro enemigo. Nunca se menciona ni se le da nombre claro a quién es el enemigo. Parece que Disney está haciendo la clarificación que el enemigo son los witches. Hubo una escena que me gustó mucho de la serie, que tiene mucho contexto de cuando le dice for the Empire y ella se queda calladita y espera que él se vaya y dice for Datomir. Tiene mucho contexto a como que, ¿cómo te digo? Va a ocurrir una guerra que a lo mejor no necesariamente esté relacionada a las próximas películas. Va a ocurrir una guerra que, por ejemplo...
Dale, no te presta atención al chat, tú vas bien, coño. Go ahead, keep going.
Por ejemplo,
combing his hair.
Por ejemplo, like in the fan way, like in the geek way, like there's a lot of details that you can like about the series. About a newcomer, como que una persona que está viendo por primera vez Star Wars, hay muchos elementos que te quedas como que, what the hell, ¿de dónde viene esto? Los zombies, ¿dónde viene? Y, ¿cómo te digo? Finalmente
It's in there. It's in there.
No, I know
Bringing
it's in
people
there.
back from the dead is in there. Clone Wars, the game.
I know.
Clone
Pero
Wars, it's in there. It's totally
remember
in there.
remember algo que hay mucho foreshadowing.
Darth Maul, anybody? Nobody? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Hay mucho foreshadowing en la serie y, por ejemplo, en el season finale de Mandalorian, season 3, había un casco que estaba como que rasgado y estaba roto de una manera que mucha gente estaba como que esos son los zombies, y todo el mundo estaba hype up por ese casco. De repente tiene este season final y que vienen los zombies, de verdad salen los zombies. Es un easter egg bien chévere porque hay una historia de los Legends que tiene que ver con esto bien brutal y están trayendo un contenido y están trayendo muchas cosas que no eran canon oficialmente. Obviamente para un fanático hardcore el poder ver estas cosas live action tiene un valor como que wow, o sea, me están prestando atención a los fans hardcore. Sí, tengo que ser...
Zombies work for me, by the way. I'm
¿El
sorry.
qué?
The zombies, the undead army, which I called, yeah, it worked for me. The undead stormtroopers I thought were a pretty cool idea.
It worked for
The
me like
Gringor
for...
guys,
It worked for me like for 5 minutes, en el sentido que it was funny porque lo resucitaron y yo, oh my god, lo resucitaron, they're gonna be unstoppable right now. Y de repente le da un lightsaber y se vuelven a caer y es como que
but that's okay. But it only pauses them. They come back.
They keep coming back, but they're lazy in the sense that it didn't explore like cortarle un brazo, cortarle la cabeza. Y mientras eso estaba pasando, de repente yo pienso en el episodio y yo digo, hace como 5 películas atrás o contenido atrás, lightsabers were supposed to cut estos tipos como si fueran mantequilla. Y tú veías que le daban cantazos y botaban chispas y era como que, y convenientemente solamente cuando Ezra está peleando es que le pica la cabeza a uno. O sea, había muchas cositas. Ezra sí, es Moisés. Estamos completamente de acuerdo.
Moses or the messianic figure, bro. Like it's not obvious enough. You dress them up like Jesus, maybe. Like it's not.
No, porque Jesús es Obi-Wan. O sea, Jesús es Obi-Wan y Moisés, obviamente, y su gente separado y exiliado. Por eso eran los cangrejitos aquellos. Algo así que sí está bien off, y es lo que te estaba diciendo a ti, Miguel, era lo de los fantasmas, cómo funciona el sistema de los fantasmas, como que estos fantasmas no tienen que usar, estos aparecen en cualquier planeta nuevo, no importa la galaxia, como que estamos aquí jangueando, estamos exóticos.
The world between worlds, bro. It's the highway, the intergalactic highway, bro.
Algo, o sea, el que no vio ni Clone Wars, ni más bien Clone Wars, el que no vio Clone Wars no entendió lo de los pájaros, no entendió lo de las estatuas, y es una oportunidad que es triste que, por ejemplo, como no han existido adaptaciones en lo más mainstream, por decir las películas, o en la misma serie, no hay contexto de lo que tiene el final, de lo que significa el que falte una estatua y que esté el pájaro suelto. Mucha gente no va a saber qué era esa estatua, y la estatua, ¿cómo te digo? They spend no expenses para decirte si es este personaje el que está parado aquí, si es este otro personaje, y el pájaro salió y el ending fue como que bien chévere, pero da pena porque posiblemente este actor no lleva nada. O sea, el personaje no llega a nada porque no sé si van a hacer recasting, no sé si van a sencillamente no mencionarlo más nada.
Lo veremos de nuevo un hologram. Cuando lo estén buscando, like, oh, he was going that way or whatever, you get a hologram being like, I made it, and this is what I found or whatever. Like, I don't see them recasting that character out of respect and because he did a really good job. I really enjoy every scene that fucking Ray Stevenson, right? Am I getting his last name right?
I think so.
Ray Stevenson. Every scene that Ray Stevenson was in, he stole in my book. So I do not think they're gonna recast that guy, and I don't think that they'll touch that character again, unless it's like some weird holographic.
That thing, o sea, dicho todo eso, sí, obviamente, como todo, tiene flaws, tiene cosas que si le metes casco no te lo vas a disfrutar. En lo que quiero solamente aportar de lo de la magia y todos estos elementos es, a mí lo que siempre me ha gustado de la narrativa de Star Wars es que Star Wars es un super universo super vasto y amplio, como que centralizar y pensar que, ¿cómo te digo? Lo establecido de principio es lo único que existe y no tiene oportunidad de expandir y seguir creando más. Es como que no aprovechar la oportunidad que tienes con la historia. Y el hecho de que estén saliendo cosas que hasta... Hay cosas que yo, y te digo, fan, y he leído un montón de cosas y habían cosas que I was so lost at the beginning. Y cuando tuve que buscar por el laguito y entender hacia dónde va eso, yo digo, oh, esto está súper chévere. Eh, yo quería para el episodio, conozco una persona que le mete, pero te estoy diciendo a los libros de una manera exagerada, exagerada. Y aparentemente a las brujas las exiliaron porque ellas estaban consumiendo galaxias. O sea, con la magia, ellas estaban básicamente consumiendo esto y tuvieron una guerra hasta que los Jedi y los Sith en acuerdo las exiliaron hasta ese border de la galaxia. Está súper interesante y súper chévere eso. Hay mucha queja sobre el witchcraft y es como que, dude, they're wizards, so que hayan witches is not that far off. Cuando se ha usado mucho la terminología wizard, 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 cuando ¿cómo te digo? El término femenino, ¿verdad? De un wizard es un witch, ¿correct? O es un warlock. I'm sorry, es como que no, ¿verdad?
I mean, so my whole thing with the witches is not, again, it's one of those things where like it's not the first time we've seen a witch in the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like Clone Wars, literally, they're responsible for reviving. They literally give you, is it Asajj Ventress, like part of that clan? Isn't she an exiled? Right?
Ella es exiliada porque está trabajando con los Sith. Ellos no se llevan con los Sith.
Yeah, they fear them, right? From what I understand, the Sith actually fear the goddamn witches.
Sith, exacto.
The Sith fear these freaking witches or whatever. And it's also part of Maul's backstory, right? He gets revived by dark magic from like, by one of them. So to say that it's the first time we've seen in the universe, that's like BS. But I can also understand you have no context for these characters unless you literally watch the freaking Clone Wars. No están sacadas del culo because existen en el universo, because lo que pasa en la serie es canon completamente. Pero puede funcionar, yo pienso que puede funcionar de cualquier manera. Hay gente que le van así como que de dónde carajo se sacaron esto, but there's also people that are gonna be like, oh shit, that's like something I've never seen before, or whatever.
Lo único that said, lo que no me gusta y lo digo abiertamente de la serie y todo esto es que es el avengerismo, ese término no sé si lo que están juntando, están haciendo que todo se tenga que juntar se tenga que juntar para un gran evento cuando, dude, you don't need un gran evento, ya tienes las películas, o sea, ya tienes unas películas de por sí que tienen una historia. No siento y quisiera que me quede en esto correcto y después el futuro no me prove me wrong. No siento que esto necesariamente tenga que ver con las películas. O sea, siento que va a ser aislado como lo que pasó en Rebels. Esa es mi esperanza, que no tenga que ver como que al final una bruja dijo, oh, pues fallé y revivió a Palpatine. No me gustaría que sea eso.
Pero Rebels afecta las películas.
Afecta, pero it's
linked. I understand what you're saying. Like the whole series goes about a way of it, like you're never directly interfering with what the hell's going on in episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever. But in the long run, it does call back to Endor, and the reason why they don't, like you said, they don't get support on Endor is literally because they help.
Yo creo que, por ejemplo, una serie o una franquicia no se debería enfocar en tratar de arreglar ya cosas persistentes, sino enfócate en algo nuevo o aislado y crear, o sea, own the shit that you do in movies or series. Y sería bien triste que pase lo que pasó en las últimas 2 películas de Star Wars, que eran dos directores como que colliding y tratando de arreglar lo que otro anteriormente hizo. Y creo que sería una pérdida de tiempo y, como te digo, de recursos. Como que a mí no me interesa saber cómo Palpatine volvió, honestamente. Mira, somehow Palpatine made it back, está bien, ya lo acepto. Lo que tengo un poquito de miedo es que sí sea eso al final, que sea como que tratando de build up all together para decirte, mira, estos tipos que salieron del fondo de las naves en realidad las brujas siempre estuvieron trabajando en equipo con Palpatine y son los seguidores que vemos en la última película, que ustedes saben lo que yo digo, ¿verdad? De los followers.
Yeah. The fucking the huge armada he has that all of a sudden comes out of nowhere. And you're like, how the hell did you hide all this? Like,
correcto. Y eso sería como que mi miedo. Me encantaría que no tenga que ser así. Pero who knows, honestly. Story-wise, es Star Wars. Es Star Wars Star Waring. O sea, como que no veo más nada allá de eso. Lo único que sí me preocupa es el Game Tronismo. O sea, sentí mucho Game of Thrones influenciado en Ashoka. No sé si, if you know what I mean.
Yo creo saberlo.
I mean, aesthetically, like aesthetics, like the whole thing with the witches, the magic,
corriendo en caballo, como que
even the
hasta el final, exacto, el final tiene
Balin,
tipo
final, sí.
Balin, and that's like their armor is like very medieval. It's not like futuristic like the rest of
de hecho,
armor,
si ustedes le dan pausa al final, esto es un fun fact. Ustedes ven en la esquinita a la izquierda a lo lejos, ustedes ven el wall de hielo de Game of Thrones cayéndose un cantito, implicando que el Frost King está volviendo. Miren el episodio.
Can't confirm. Mira, hablando de fun facts, ya que dijeron para clarificar lo de witches and wizards, anyone can be called a witch or wizard regardless of gender, depending on the context. So, dependiendo si tienen different skills in magic, o simplemente también cultural, or non-binary practitioners, or historical context, blah, blah, blah. Fun fact, por si acaso necesitaban saber la diferencia en Star Wars, ¿verdad?
Cool.
Let me ask you a question, Deke.
Yes, sir.
I heard like some rumor or some shit. I don't know how true it is. That character Shin is supposed to be based off
de los lobos,
of
right?
The chick that ends up marrying Luke. Her name Jade or some shit like that.
Jade Mara?
Okay, eso tiene que ser un rumor
Right?
bien.
That's what I heard.
Como que lo que yo sé es que los nombres de ellos son basados en unos lobos de mitología. Y entonces el wordplay de estos lobos es básicamente la misma historia de Moria y se me olvida siempre, Moria and Mortis. Y dado que al final salen Moria y Mortis en estatua, me quedé como que there may be something in play there. Pero lo de que es familiar de esa tipa, I really like, I don't know.
Why does everything have to go back to the Skywalkers? All the time. Everything has to be linked back to the damn Skywalkers.
Es la única familia eficiente en el espacio, al parecer. Es como que si eres Rodríguez en el espacio, olvídate. Es como que
the name is so damn important. A character adopts it at the end so that they don't lose the name. They don't lose the trademark.
Exacto.
Es como Disney otra vez como que es mismo cogiendo el copyright otra vez y pues cogen y un personaje se cambia el apellido legalmente para poder seguir mencionando Skywalker de aquí a 10,000 años.
I personally enjoyed the scene where like they all got together and they were fighting together against the undead stormtroopers. I really enjoyed that scene, not gonna lie. I had fun with that scene. I was rooting for them and I was like, oh, there was a scene where they almost got pinched going in there or whatever. I thought that was very cool. I thought that was very cool.
Hay un lío con un montón de escenas cortadas y un montón de cosas que aparentemente sí la muerte de esta persona afectó, que ellos tuvieron que picotear algunas cosas, porque yo no sé si ustedes sintieron que el capítulo se olvida completamente de ellos y al final cada uno sale por su bando separado. Este en una montaña y la tipa levantando la espada bien Highlander y todo el mundo como que... No sé si ellos la alzaron también, no recuerdo, pero aparentemente...
No, yo lo vi con subtítulos en español. Y abajo decía, ¿quién carajo es esta cabrona? Like,
sí, pero se sintió bien. Tú sabes lo que sí me molestó del episodio. O sea, me molestaron dos cosas. Y fue que en la nave hay un Home Depot de hacer espada. Es como que yo voy, hago mi propia lightsaber, tengo un cristal, que los cristales son súper raros de encontrar. Es como que el tipo vino, creó su espada, cuando en un episodio anterior le estaba como que, yo me retiré.
No. Él dijo, no quiero, eso para allá, like, get out of here.
I'm not a pleb.
Lightsabers are very phallic. I don't want to touch that. Get out of here. Like that was literally his attitude. Like,
but was he saying that like as was he saying that like that's your lightsaber? I don't want to touch your lightsaber, or was it like
That's
lightsabers
his.
in general?
That's his lightsaber. That's the crazy shit. That's his lightsaber.
Sí.
Sí.
She's carrying his lightsaber.
Y se lo da para atrás y él dice, no lo quiero, quédate con él, whatever.
Exacto.
Yo pensé que había un propósito con eso, pero claramente no lo hubo, porque después le dieron un lightsaber, porque es la pelea tenía que ser con lightsabers.
They did the most criticized trope in episode 8. They did it again.
El de
Here's your lightsaber. Here's your lightsaber. Get that shit out of here. Like, they did it again. Playing all the hits from the 80s, 90s, and again, bro.
El episodio era bien predictable, como que iba a acabar como acabó, pero ese final, ese último frame, ese personaje que salió al final, como que me molestó.
¿Cuál? ¿Balin?
No. El último clip.
El último tiro, el de Anakin.
Oh, Anakin?
Sí. Es como que, why? O sea, let that family die already. Como que.
I think it's like he's smiling, like, yeah, like she finally forgives me for slaughtering all those children. Like, those kids you went to school with. All those kids you went to school with. You forgive me that.
Mira, it's like poetry, it rhymes. Lo que faltaba era que yo hubiera mirado a Anakin y hubiera dicho, my name is Ashoka Skywalker. Y se va caminando.
Oh my God.
Ella paró la pierna y todo, como Anakin. O sea, como Luke, la paró así por un segundo y hizo, nada, déjame no hacerlo. Porque lo hizo.
Am I under the understanding that she's like, Ahsoka at this point is like a tool that's being used, and no, not by the directors. I'm saying like she's a story. Her story is like she has a purpose, and once that purpose is gone, right back into the toy box. Like,
exacto.
She's not here. She's not supposed to be a permanent thing.
Eso es lo que parece.
Lo que no
She
me
was
gustó,
fancasted again. Ese fue el problema.
No, en Star Wars, tú haces así, ya tienes la fuerza. O sea, es como que. Porque ella.
No,
ella hizo...
yo lo digo por. Mala mía, pero es que yo lo digo porque la razón por la cual la serie está saliendo, per se. Como que. The reason for being.
But Decade, to be fair. So, I saw that George Lucas's original intent was for everybody to be able to have the Force. Everybody can connect to it, or whatever. Like, literally everybody's capable of tuning into the Force. And if you go to Rian Johnson's movie, Rian Johnson is beating you over the head in the end with the same exact thing, that the Skywalkers aren't the reinvention of the hokey pokey or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're literally just one family who's really in tune with the Force. Mm-hmm. So, like, while I hate the idea that like Chucho Mata Puerco, like that Mario can like use the Force.
El nene en las películas que usa la fuerza para coger la escoba y seguir batiendo.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exacto.
Like, como que, pero, ¿cómo te digo? No, para mí sería como que cool, como que ver un Jedi que no necesariamente tiene que usar la fuerza, o sea, que no tiene un attunement a la fuerza. Para mí sería más cool ese concepto de como que el belief, o sea, el tener, aunque tú no tengas esa conexión, tú tengas ese principio. Y el hecho de que a mí me hubiese encantado más que ella no llegara al lightsaber y de repente haga como que, you know what, y usa el grappling hook que tiene en la mano y coge la lightsaber, que es more attuned a lo que es ella, su propio estilo. Y me hubiese gustado más a eso, a que ella está como que desespera, pone la mano y viene la lightsaber. Como que, I don't think the selling point has to be that somebody has to do this and gets a lightsaber in its hand. Esa es la única parte que, y no tengo problema con el personaje de ella, es que como que it was just, era como que la nena querida.
So you'd like to see the character just morally inclined to do the right thing.
Exacto,
not necessarily do the right thing just because she has the powers to do the right thing.
Exacto. Lo encontraría más, pero es mucho pedir, entiendo que es mucho pedir para Lucasfilm, es como que la pido es que la gente haga así con las manos.
Pero en oh man, what's the name of this?
It's like poetry,
in Rogue One they gave us characters like that. Wasn't what's his face?
The founder of the Keepers of the Will. Que son personas The Keepers of the Will, el personaje ciego.
More sensitive, but they don't have power.
Es Shirut y...
Donnie Yen, el personaje de Donnie Yen.
Exacto, el personaje de Donnie Yen, sí.
Exactly.
I forgot his name too. Damn.
Hitman.
Lo que sí, mi punto final, espero que Star Wars tenga una pausa de como 7 meses. Como que me gustaría que ellos mismos se tomen un tiempo y no sigan tirando como que tanto contenido. Porque honestamente es un poco abrumador. A mí, si la serie no enseñaba a Anakin y no enseñaba otras cosas que enseñó, probablemente me hubiese gustado. Y el que estén como que recurriendo a tantos elementos, como que te digo, forzados. A mí me hubiese encantado que una vez esta gente llegara a otra galaxia, no tuviéramos que saber de los Skywalker, pero al final del episodio te contradice porque al final sale Anakin como que, mira papá, estoy en esta galaxia también. Como que eso de verdad me molestó. El chance de que ellos se pudieron ir y de repente, mano, es como que...
Pero la fuerza es universal, eso es como que parte del cosmos, ¿no? Like, it doesn't matter what galaxy you go to, it's like, it's energy, it's all around them, it encompasses.
Pero ese fantasma no tiene cosas mejores que hacer, como que honestamente, o sea, tú tienes todo este imperio formándose y todas las cosas que va a pasar por allá, tienes somehow Palpatine making it back por allá, y tú te estás enfocando como que en tu aprendiz que se quedó varado en un planeta, y como que al final le sonríes porque es como que, jajaja.
Si ustedes no se han dado cuenta todavía, Anakin is the piece of shit father. He's the Goku, because en vez de parecerse al hijo, necesita el guidance.
Por eso.
Ya lo mano, sí. Que
al nieto.
Al nieto. Al nieto le llega. Al nieto le llega. Este vete un pase perico y él llega.
El nieto está como que, Vader, yo te idolizo. Y este está por acá como que, Ashoka está haciendo un buen trabajo.
Sí.
como que hay cosas que sí son, o sea, si al final del día te va a molestar y sí, o sea, no es que yo voy a pasarle la mano porque es Star Wars, hay cosas que de verdad molestan, pero, ¿cómo te digo? I have to try to enjoy the series, como que ya yo he tenido tan poco, ¿cómo te digo? Joys of seeing series y series que yo diga como que me las quiero disfrutar. Son tan pocas que a veces yo me puedo sentar y disfrutármelas porque they always do something that pisses me off. Que esto es como o sea, todos tenemos una serie que nos sentamos y nos puede sacar por el techo, pero al final del día dice como que, you know what, you're doing your job of like reminding me of something that I used to have. Y pues Star Wars al final del día it's that. Con eso dicho, como que eso es la aportación de lo de Star Wars. De verdad. No.
I think for all the faults the series had, for all the crazy like little nuanced shit that like get on my nerves, I'm sorry I was a sucker for that last episode. That last episode I had fun with it or whatever, and it leaves me super curious. Like it's one of those things where it does that Disney series thing of like rushing everything and then leaving everything totally open-ended for a season 2 or a movie or whatever. Like, it's like, come back in another year to find out exactly what's going to happen with these characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Lo de Ezra molestó bien brutal, porque Ezra es como que Ahsoka y esta están peleando y dice como que, ok, chequeamos, se monta la nave, tú no sabes nada, entonces de repente tú cortas a un shuttle que tú no sabes cómo él se robó ese shuttle, tú no sabes nada, llega este shuttle, yo no sé cómo él sabe la ubicación, donde está el fleet de los Rebels. Él llega, de repente está con un traje de Stormtrooper, como que se quita el casco, o sea, Chopper llega, él le toca la manita, se quita el casco. Eso no era importante ver el reunion de estas dos personas que básicamente no se ven como hace 10 años. O sea, eso es córtalo porque vamos para otro clip de Ahsoka con los monos, o sea, los cangrejos, eso. Como que era más importante ver los cangrejos caminando por ahí.
Pero yo leí ese argumento también, y tengo entendido, cuando vi el tiro, era que está tratando de hacer un paralelo con él y Sabine. Porque porque hacen un match cut en la toma está así, ellos se van acercando, el white conecta exactamente donde está Ezra, conecta con Sabine caminando para el lado. Yo creo que quedó feo, pero yo creo que la idea es que están aludiendo a esta cosa donde los dos están conectados even in their galaxy apart. Creo que esa fue la idea, pero verdad no quedó bien, quedó feo.
¿En cuál episodio es?
El último ahora.
El último. De
Cuando,
verdad.
cuando Hera y Ezra se encuentran otra vez después de tanto tiempo en la
En el
nave,
tiro amplio. En el
ellos
tiro amplio.
cortan, ellos van caminando y cortan a esta gente por allá. Y sí, ok, sí entiendo esa parte, pero por ejemplo,
Sí, ok, lo estoy viendo.
a mí me vale más que estos dos personajes se reúnan que a que probablemente toda esta gente está conectada. Como que, o sea,
Oh,
entendí eso, lo que estás
alárgalo.
diciendo.
It's the last episode. Alárgalo. Let that shit run.
Ajá.
Let that shit run, bro. It's the
Saca los
last episode
créditos
of the
para el
season.
carajo. Que saquen los créditos para el carajo. Yo tampoco querían pagarle a los escritores ni a los.
Ni director. Who the fuck gives a shit about directors anyway? Anymore these days.
Ellos no le querían pagar, punto.
That's
No le
what
querían pagar
IMDb
a
is for.
nadie.
Eso está IMDb. Vete a eso.
Pero,
No,
sí,
but,
no.
That
Yo no
ending
quiero
scene-
esperar.
Mira, yo te voy a decir una cosa. Yo no sé quién escribió este episodio. Está cool y todo, me encanta. Pero la reacción de Hera fue mejor que la que dio Sabine. En todo sentido. Y
La de
sí,
Chopper.
ya vi la escena
La de
que quedó
Chopper.
fea, porque yo la ignoré por completa. Esa escena yo creo que yo la ignoré por completa.
Chopper, lo interesante de Chopper es que del único droid que si tú creo que corre a cuánta velocidad tú estás escuchando lo que realmente te está diciendo. Y no es vacilón. Like Chopper is the only droid that
sí.
you can actually traducir lo que dice. Y él dice, hold up, y repite, hold up. Y él le dice, Ezra, como que, y tú sientes como...
Y en una parte él dice, oh, found it,
exacto.
cuando
Y
estaba
él
buscando
dice,
el tracker.
sí, está toda la conversación completa, es bien interesante. Y de repente cuando empecé a dar rewatch de Rebels, es verdad, es de los pocos que tú lo puedes entender. Lo que pasa es que el rate de velocidad, y entonces te pone en contexto, porque en algunas películas la gente entiende a los droides. Es como que they do have a speech pattern. Pero eso estuvo interesante y me dio cosa que Chopper tuvo más runtime reconectando con Ezra, cuando ellos dos son los personajes que más odiaban en la serie, porque ellos no se llevaban bien. Y es como que Hera, que básicamente es como que, ¿verdad?
La mamá de él.
La mamá de él, la que es como que este tipo sintió el mismo dolor cuando yo perdí a mi esposo, vamos a cortarlo. O sea, como que no es necesario, pero vamos a poner a Chopper.
All right. I want predictions from all of you, except Orengo, because he's a spiteful little person. I want predictions. I want predictions from all of you where you think the series is headed. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. The series is headed.
I have predictions, but I'll go last. Okay.
No,
Okay.
we'll get your negativity out of the way first. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My theory, okay. Yo no siento que habrá un season 2. I think que si anunciaron una película, es que yo creo que esto es tirando por una película porque no creo que van a ser como que el impacto del antagonista grande que es el Tron. Yo asumo que se lo van a hacer por una película. Like, no tiene sentido que hagan un season 2. Me estaría extraño. So, yo asumo que todo esto es una película. Me da pena porque, por ejemplo, de Baylon, asumo que se hace un recast pues continuar la historia. Si no, van a tener que buscar una forma ahí que asumo que lo justificarán de cómo regresará, o sea, cómo él terminó su misión basically off screen y se sabrá después lo que pasó. Pero pues asumo que esto será como que Tron siendo el antagonista, entonces estas dos teniendo que regresar a la galaxia primaria, por decirlo así. That's what it seems, but I don't care. And I don't know if the movie's gonna happen, porque ese es el problema con todas estas cosas. They announce these movies, but you don't know.
I don't want to hear that phrase. I don't care, because I don't care means you're like these people that complain about the Comic-Con, but yet still go. If you say I don't care, I better not see you catch the series or watch the movie if it comes out. You better not buy a ticket.
Pero si ustedes me hicieron ver a Ahsoka, yo empecé a verlo por ustedes. La única razón por que vi fue porque usted me lo dije. I was not gonna see this. Usted me dijo, Mario. Yo dije, fine, I'll play ball.
Wait, time out. You're gonna tell me that they make a movie and it comes out in theaters. You're not gonna go see it?
Es que yo no creo que va a pasar. Bueno, I'd see a trailer first y ver qué carajo lo van a hacer.
All right, that means we'll see you at the theater. You'll be buying a ticket.
Yeah, va con nosotros.
Sleepy Pepto Bismol. How you doing over there? What do you feel? Where do you feel this is going?
Man, I really don't know, to be honest. Like, again, because it's a prequel, the whole thing with Baylan, like the shit with Baylan, for me is like Baylan yo, he got a scar on his face and he puts a mask, and then that's it. The next season he has a mask, and they can just keep on with the character with a whole other actor, and it doesn't really, affect it that much because what he has his face covered. Star Wars, there's a bunch of people that have their face covered and shit, and that way they can recast it without really going into it looking so jarring as a whole another person and shit. Bro, like I don't know with this whole Thrawn shit, and he's in like. You know what the fuck is gonna happen? Nothing is gonna happen. Like Palpatine is coming back, so I don't know where they're gonna go with the season 2. Like you don't see Ashoka in episode 7, 8, and 9. You don't hear nothing about no Ezra and like.
I do you one better. I think her voice is one of the voices that speaks to Rey, which would imply that she's dead. Rey is fighting Palpatine.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we broke Nick. I think he officially doesn't care either.
That's what I'm saying. It's like no, shit is lagging like a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's a bunch of these characters. Shut the fuck up. It's a bunch of these characters that are cool characters. They're not. It's not that it's not entertaining because I thought the show was entertaining. I was entertained by it. But there wasn't no emotional weight for me in anything that happened. It was the same thing with Obi. It was like when Obi-Wan the show came out, I was like, we know what the fuck is gonna happen. Obi-Wan is never in danger at all.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what happens to him, you know nothing is gonna happen to him. When he fought Vader, it was like, okay.
Let me ask you a question. When you guys saw the prequels, you guys liked the prequels. And you knew that Anakin was going to become Darth Vader. You knew that Obi-Wan was never going to die because he ends up fighting in episode 1. But you guys were still compelled by those movies.
I feel like the hook for me was like it had like a Michael Corleone thing. Like you get to see how this hero becomes the villain. There's no hook. Like I don't like. You get to see how Palpatine comes back. I don't care how Palpatine comes back. I didn't like that. There's not a hook in it like it was for Vader. Like Vader was this big bad motherfucker, like one of the main villains.
I think. Okay, Palpatine is one example, but there's other things you don't know. I mean, you know the whole thing about Kylo, but you don't know how the school gets started. You know what characters are in the school with Luke or whatever. Like there's hay carnecita ahí, even though it tastes bad. I think there's carnecita to like cut out. Like there's there's holiday ham and then there's jamon enlatado with you glaze sometimes or whatever. Like, I think
that's what I'm saying. Are there things that they could do? Of course, there's story to tell. There's a lot of story to tell, but I'm not gonna be. I don't have a hook. Before I see it, when I see it, can they make something that's super dope? Of course they can, but it's never gonna be the same for me like it was with the prequels, because I'm already hooked. Before the prequels come, you already know what's this? The story of how Vader becomes Vader. I didn't need to see a trailer to be like, I want to fucking see what the fuck is this about. Within where they at now, that pre-existing hook is not there for me. Like everything is gonna be fresh. I don't give a fuck about Palpatine. When it comes to Luke's school, it's gonna be like, oh shit, how everything happens. But again, with that, you know what the fuck happens.
I think for me,
the thing that I was waiting for the most was the fucking Knights of Ren, and it just like that was the thing that I was waiting for the most. And within the movies, they just they dragged my balls on glass with that shit. Like I was so hyped in the first movie. By the time the third movie came out and we saw what happened, I was like, I don't want to see them again.
Pero Lex, tuvieron un punto con los Knights of Ren. Tuvieron un punto bien grande. Por ejemplo, estamos especulando todas estas cosas y a lo mejor Tron es el Knight of Ren en el sentido de que cuando llega en Warp Drive chocó y explotó la nave y es como que la serie y la película trata de otra cosa. Pero I'm joking with that shit. Pero Lex, una cosa que sí te iba a decir es que quería aportar a lo que tú estás diciendo. Like, we don't know the outcome of Ahsoka or Ezra. Like, Ahsoka es un personaje que dentro del lore de Star Wars es importante y no se sabe cuál es su final. A lo mejor el escucharla sí implica que murió, pero ¿cuál es el contexto de cómo murió? Por ejemplo, a mí me interesaría ver cómo la aprendí, cómo la persona que es un... Porque Ahsoka, by the way, Ahsoka es de los pocos Jedi que va más con el principio y menos con la religión. O sea, Ahsoka does the right thing. Ahsoka es como que mucha gente se estaba quejando del personaje de Ahsoka en la serie. Y dicen, esta tipa es una amargada y en la serie es un vacilón. Y es como que, no, en la serie ella es un vacilón hasta cierto punto. Ella se va deprimiendo hasta el último season de Clone Wars, que fue el que tiró Disney recientemente. Ella tiene PTSD, ella tiene un montón de cosas. Y ella sí se tira chistecito y cosas, pero no es como con, jajaja, la estoy pasando brutal. ¿Cómo te digo? El personaje es interesante. Por lo menos a mí, a muchas personas les gusta Ahsoka. Y yo esperaba, por lo menos, que Ahsoka fuera el final de Ahsoka. A mí me hubiese encantado que la serie Ahsoka fuera el final de Ahsoka. Y ya, como que se cerraba ese ciclo. El hecho de que tal vez, si esta película vemos que ella se muere o algo, pero esta película, lo que vaya a hacer esta película, no sabemos el outcome. So, tú decir, we know the outcome of this movie. O sea, of whatever is happening. And to be honest, we actually don't know el territorio donde se está navegando con esta historia, ¿entiendes? Like, we don't know si va a ir otra dirección, otra narrativa que después aplique a películas nuevas, ¿entiendes?
Yeah.
But I would have very much preferred that Ashoka and Sabine and Ezra and Thawne all was on the Star Trooper. I mean the fucking starship and shit. I would have preferred that they all got there and some glitch happens or something fucks up and they end up in a whole different fucking galaxy.
Pero eso no era repetir
That for
otra
me
vez.
would have been in my book so much more better. I don't know what happens to Thawne. I don't know what happens to
Nobody
Ezra.
knows.
I don't know what happens to Ahsoka. All I know is his plan to resurrect the Empire and take over is not gonna go nowhere.
I would have preferred them to end up in that, like, after episode 9.
I
would have preferred like they thought they were gonna go back to the galaxy and they ended up time traveling by
some
mistake
shit like
and
that.
end up on the end. Yeah, like they end up at the end of episode. After episode 9.
That's
It's like episode 9. No hay ningún threat. Well, guess what? Now you just brought Thrawn and his undead army, and like, what happens if he gets like 2,000 of these things and you can't kill them? It's like it's kind of having like a zombie apocalypse in Star Wars or whatever. I thought that would have.
I would have preferred. I would have preferred in the fucking ship. It goes into the galaxy, and then you see him, like you see the ship about to crash land onto like this fucking planet with just like a desert, and it just fucking goes and smashes into like a little house and shit. And they all get out. They're like, "Where the fuck are we?" And they come out like, "Oh shit, that's where Luke's house was." And they went back in time and they fucking killed Luke Skywalker. I would have fucking loved to see that shit.
And that's why you don't write Star Wars. Okay, that's right.
I would have fucking. I would have fucking loved that. They could have just revamped the whole fucking thing.
By the way, millones de fans y millones de personas pueden escribir mejores cosas de lo que se está escribiendo y eso no está como que puesto en duda. O sea, hay muchas personas que podrían escribir un mejor producto.
Like I said, there's millions and millions of fans that come up with a better idea than you, Nick.
Y tiene como 400 signs just pointing to him.
No, pero como que me hubiese gustado más Lex que You Build Up, que ellos cayeran en el Shrekverse. O sea, como que, ¡pum!, caí en DreamWorks. Y como que, más interesante, Lex, like, amplía tus opciones. Pero tú sabes que en teoría bien loca, que yo estaba como que la gente en verdad que no sabe ni lo que está viendo. La gente que decía que Baylan, el personaje ese, era el nene del templo,
Snoke.
mano.
Oh, okay. I saw somebody say like, "Oh, Balin Snoke," and I was like, "Oh God, why?" I was like, "Why? Please don't do that." And then at Templo, what are you talking about? The
blonde kid.
Died by Anakin's head?
The blonde
Mr.
kid,
Anakin,
yeah.
what are we supposed to do? Ese nene.
Okay.
People were like, yo digo, mano, esta gente, las teorías, había una teoría que el universo que ellos jumpearon era el de nosotros y yo. Okay.
No.
That would have been
Jumpearon al de Rick and Morty, sencillo.
Por eso.
Conectado, bro. That's it.
Exacto.
Bro,
I'm
that's
throwing my theory out there.
Disney, bro. They would have mixed it with Marvel.
My theory is, like you guys said, this is probably just gonna be like a middle thing or whatever, but we're probably gonna see like the outcome of this will probably lead into the Knights of Ren being formed, the Jedi Academy, you have prospects like
Bueno, yo no sé
Harris-
cómo a los
Harris
Anakin no le
Son.
quitan las escuelas. O sea, como que todo Anakin relaciona a una escuela y una masacre, hermano. Es como que... like, cada vez que yo veo los estudiantes, posibles estudiantes de esa escuela, yo estoy...
At this point,
I mean, they could have made it out though, Deke, right?
at this point, doesn't look.
They could have made it out, right?
¿Cuáles?
The kids that were at that school that
Not in
Kylo
the
just
comic
went
books.
total post
Por lo
on,
menos,
like
por lo menos, todos los de... O sea, todos
Not-
estos personajes introducidos ahora, they're safe. El nene chiquito de pelo verde, todo el mundo está diciendo, ese tipo va a morir. Y si tú caes cronológicamente en orden, ese nene todavía está safe, porque ¿cuántos años va a estar ese nene en escuela? 7 años. O sea, como que...
he could be a teacher.
Ahí es otro. Pero
He could
él
be a
puede,
teacher.
él puede ser el pana de Kylo y Kylo le textea, don't come at school tomorrow, y él no va. O sea, hay tantas posibilidades ahí.
Isn't that school already being formed, like within
Sí,
the
en
time?
Mandalorian.
And
Yeah,
Mandalorian, he's already
because
forming the school.
He's training
Who's the
Grogu,
students?
so that means
No, Grogu
Probably
dropeó.
other-
Grogu was there for like a week.
but
Grogu was there for like a weekend.
no, but
Se dio de baja.
what I'm saying is he didn't
Yes, I totally agree with what he's saying.
just say, oh,
Yes, of course.
oh.
Yup, everything. Yes.
Nosotros tenemos nuestro propio droide
It
aquí.
wasn't like, oh, Grogu's gonna be my first student. At that point, he's training, no?
I didn't
Bro,
hear. You
bro,
broke up
get
half,
with the
like
program.
90% of what you said was like Morse code. We didn't hear, so repeat it.
Grogu fue el primer estudiante y el papá vino a recogerlo porque no le daban buenos vibes la escuela. Y se
I
lo
know
llevó.
it was fucking. I said at that point, was Grogu the first student?
Yes.
Technically lo fue, y fíjate, lo que tú dices es cierto,
I didn't know
pero
that.
eso tiene sentido porque Jin es basically un conservador, so he would actually pull his kid from school. So I see what you did there.
Oh, homeschooling.
Yeah.
Pero
Don't
I'm not
touch
psyched
the
at
radio.
all.
101. All
Yeah.
right,
I'm not psyched para una película que termine en un 360 de Ezra, Sabine, Ahsoka, Grogu y Mandalorian, el Mando y la otra
Pero that-
así dando
Well,
vueltas y peleando.
that's literally where it's head. Like that's
It
that's
is.
literally
Y
where
sale
it's
Captain
headed.
Planet.
And it's
Exacto.
like these two knuckleheads said, like to be totally honest with you, it can't lead anywhere but like the missing piece between like the other 3 episodes or whatever that are left. Rellenando, like what the hell happened and how the hell we got there. That's it.
Hay un montón de baches también en la serie que ella menciona lo de la razón por la que yo dejé de entrenar con Sabine es por el siege que ocurrió, yo tenía miedo de que, y como que hay un montón de cosas que tú te quedas como que are they retconning ya cosas que existían y están como que creando un bachecito a propósito, porque mano, había mucha inconsistencia y lo más que me duele es lo de las espadas, vuelvo y repito, y ese es ahora mismo el run de todo el mundo, o sea, de todos los fans, es el run de las espadas, que las espadas cambian con el escritor parece. O sea,
No, ahora podemos sacar la espada del
de la nave.
air.
No, exacto.
We can materialize swords now.
Sí, es como que. Pero,
Man, I
pero
was
no.
really hyped for that. I was really hyped for that scene, and that scene was pretty good. That fight between them, and at one moment I was like, "Oh snap, she might actually take out Ahsoka."
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh snap, like this might be the end of this girl's story or whatever." But they did away with that character pretty fast, man. I was like, "Damn."
Bien rápido, ¿verdad?
Um,
Like, it was okay.
I think it might. I have a feeling. They might get greenlit for a season 2 before the movie.
Yo siento, mi teoría,
I
mi
think they might get
teoría,
greenlit for
But
the
isn't
season
that
2.
what
they're
they
not gonna
do?
get.
Like, can't they bring her back?
Who? The chick that died, the witch?
Morgan. The fucking.
Well, they can't because the people that can do that are gone.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Mhm.
They're in a galaxy far, far away.
so they're
Ah,
fucking.
and
Mi
not
teoría
only
es-
that, tú sabes, you know how I think that. Oh, then again, you know what? Hyperdrives. I was gonna say like you give them another season and you bring them back too, but like nowadays in the movie, you could probably just solve it with one hyperdrive, right? One hyperdrive travel.
Yeah.
Oh, tú acabas de dar con algo. Ya yo sé cómo ellos van a volver.
las ballenas. They're gonna come in. They're gonna come riding on the whales, yo.
No. Ashoka es el único personaje que ha estado en The World Between Worlds y salió de ahí. O sea, literalmente Ashoka ha cruzado ese realm un cojón de veces. Y si el fantasma, esto es una teoría random, pero si el fantasma puede usar ese highway, porque yo no estoy, o sea, ahora todo mi cuestionamiento de cómo funcionan los fantasmas en Star Wars se puso después de tantos años en cuestionamiento gracias a esta serie. De verdad, y yo sé que suena como que tonto, pero like there's something with the World Between Worlds. Pienso que la temática, viste que la temática de toda esta serie era el mapa, y te seguían tirando el mapa en cara, y era como que el mapa y el mapa y el mapa. Y yo siento, ya que The World Between Worlds puede ser un bridge inexplorado, y hay un gap bien brutal que esta serie didn't touch at all. Y eso es lo que mucha gente está hablando. En la forma que acaba Rebels, cuando Ahsoka viene, que esta escena se vuelve a hacer, creo que es en el episodio de Ahsoka, no, aunque se parece, there's something missing, y es el palo que tiene Ahsoka, que tiene la misma simbología que sale en el title card de Ahsoka. La O de Ahsoka, ese símbolo, ella lo tiene en un bastón. Yo sé que it's far-fetching, pero ese bastón tiene que ver between the worlds, between worlds. Yo siento que ellos cortaron contenido, y de hecho hay hasta una figura que tiene ese bastón, y mucha gente está diciendo que sí hubo un cut, sí cambiaron escena, porque puede ser o inconsistencia de parte de la gente que hace juguetes, o que sencillamente iban a hacer algo en una dirección, y cuando pasó todo lo que pasó, estos juguetes se quedaron porque dijeron, vender 3 juguetes que no salieron en la serie no va a afectar a nadie. Pero it raises some question. ¿Por qué existe un juguete de Ahsoka con ese palo? ¿Por qué existe una versión de Ezra con otra ropa que no salió en la serie? Porque en la Ahsoka con barba y uniforme naranja, eso nunca lo vimos. O sea, yo estaba esperando que
Ezra con barba.
Ezra. Yo esperaba que en el último episodio, suena estúpido, pero que en el último episodio, o sea, si calaron un poquito el Brocky, se hiciera un man bond básicamente y se pusieran en naranja. Ese diseño nunca se vio. ¿Y de dónde viene entonces ese contexto? ¿De dónde viene ese rendering? ¿Entiendes? Like, sí, cuando son... Esto soy yo en las cosas que como que... Pero las figuras no existen por existir. Las figuras cuando se tratan de serie es contexto de la serie. Ellos no pueden tirarse como que cosas que no existieron en la serie. Y en eso han sido bien consistentes, y muchos de los deleted scenes se han conocido por figuras, porque The Force Awakens tenía 2 figuras que no de esto, pero son de los deleted scenes. Y son cositas que tú dices como que they are up to something. So, I don't know. I really wish there isn't like another season. Like,
I think there's gonna be another season. I don't see them jumping straight into a movie. There's so much to explain. Like, they left it so open-ended. Coño, that movie would have to be like
3 horas.
3 hours.
Ellos lo pueden explicar.
And it would still feel rushed because there's so much shit. There's so much meat in that ending. So many characters are left. Like, okay, what the white-haired chick? What are you raising your hand over there, sir? I'll call on you in a bit. Hold on.
No, está ahí rascándose el pelo.
Everybody, there's so much stuff that's left open-ended. I don't see how they could like resolve that in one movie. Unless it's a really bad movie, and I don't want that either.
Yo estoy de acuerdo contigo. Yo digo que la película tendría que ser después y sería solamente en Disney Plus, porque yo no encuentro cómo ellos van a vender tickets a un villano que tendría que establecerle a los normies.
Sí, full. Yo lo que pienso como ejemplo es cuando hicieron el Clone Wars Animated Movie, que la tiraron, que eran basically 3 episodios en una película, pero eso lo tiraron en el cine, hay que es por la esperanza de como que me dijo el dinero, o me vi crear este fanbase a través de los... Bueno, los primeros 3 episodios no fueron, ¿no?
Por eso, o sea, la película es como la introducción, como que mira, ¿te gustó
sí,
esto?
claro.
Vamos a tener una serie, ya.
Lo cual fue un experimento interesante, pero fallido, porque era como que wow. Pero yo creo que va a pasar lo mismo. Y yo creo que va a pasar lo mismo porque lo que Celly dice es cierto. Si lo tiras en el cine, es como que el ultimate experiment para tu ver si tu audiencia que va a ir al cine es la misma que consume Disney.
I think they're gonna do simultaneous release. I think they'll do it on Disney Plus, but you can catch it in the theater if you want to see it. The same way like the Netflix does. They'll be in the theater for like 2 weekends or something like that, and then you can see it in Disney Plus.
Maybe, pero yo creo que yo estoy leaning que yo estoy leaning que van a tirar para la película directo, que si falta contexto, yo creo que el contexto va a venir de medio un Mandalorian Season 4, si es que lo hacen, y usan Mandalorian Season 4 para juntar todo.
Van a hacer tu cosa favorita, ¿sabes?
¿Qué?
Que la serie va a ser totalmente innecesaria porque en la película tú vas a tener este fucking exposition dump.
Que tienen que hacerlo porque it's a stretch, loco, para tener una película que está juntando
bread and butter.
Bro, es que una película juntando 3 series, basically. Vas juntando 3 series, es una loquera. That's a stretch. That's a hard sell, pienso yo.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, before Nick has a stroke over there, this Friday, right? Is Loki season 2?
No, el jueves. Sale mañana, ¿no?
Mañana.
Tomorrow.
I think so. No, yo estoy mal. Pues yo estoy mal, perdón. Whatever, pensé que era mañana. Pensé que será mañana. Bueno, quizás hacen la cosa que hicieron con este, que lo tiran.
Oh, no. Thursday, October 5th. You're right. Thursday, October 5th. Thursdays belong to Loki.
There you go.
And Becca just did not care, bro. He got his shit off and he was just like, I'm out of here.
Él dijo, ya acabé.
Me dan el cheque ahorita.
Full.
Is anybody hyped at all?
I mean, we know someone who is.
With a green background.
Exacto. Ya está ready. Mira, ahí está. There you go.
Está ready para volver.
Está ready.
Are you happy? I can't make out that birthmark from here. Are you happy with got a season 2 going on? Is that all you're gonna do today? Like,
I mean, I've Loki was. I'm talking, motherfucker. It's lag, bitch. Loki by far is my favorite fucking show on Disney Plus from Marvel and shit. I got the link. Okay. It was by far my favorite shit. I heard that they changed the showrunner so that this season 2 feels very different. So, like, yeah, there's already a review for the first episode.
I heard the first 2 episodes are fire, but the problem with that is that everybody says that about Disney shows. Like it feels like the people who got the exclusive are just happy to get the exclusive, and they're like, "This is like the best thing ever." So
yo había visto que era totally the opposite.
Me too. I heard it wasn't fire.
Oh, I saw reviews saying that like this is like the best thing. Marvel's back. Like those were the reviews I saw. Like this is finally back.
¿En dónde tú los viste?
Facebook.
Shield.com.
No, actually, right now, hold on.
IGN, DIGN, thecomicbook.com. Dale, tírame eso.
Bro, like on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like at a 76 or some shit. It's not even that high, like compared to a lot of other shows that start off with like fucking 90 and shit.
Mira, después del el show que le pasó a Rotten Tomatoes reciente, I don't think we should name them. We should name them.
Yeah, exactly.
Rotten Tomatoes está friéndose lo que está.
Heavy Spoiler says it blew him away. 3C Films, also another positive review.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Always. All the first 2.
Fucking randos.
You know what problem is? He doesn't know anybody unless it's Jeremy John. Unless it's Jeremy John, it's not a review to him. That's what it is.
Es que loco, que eso es gente. Bueno, está bien, fine. Maybe they like it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Well, I'll wait till John Canty has something to say.
Oh, God, please, no.
Él sacará. Espérate.
Chacho. John Campia. ¿Ustedes han visto el canal ese de John Campia Exposed? I love that channel. So good.
Wow, really? You were so high on that guy. What happened?
Me di cuenta que era un idiota cuando votó a
I know who you're talking
Robert.
about. What happened to the black girl too?
A la votó como vuelta.
Wow.
He kicked out. Who he kicked out?
Burnett.
The other tall white guy that always had hoodies with the white hair.
The good one. The only good one? Yeah.
The one that actually has something interesting to say, yeah.
And he's
So
still
he brings them on.
and
He brings them on every once in a while. He brings them back every once in a while.
Filipino guy. He still has
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, the idiot. He has the idiot, yeah. He likes to surround himself with morons.
Isn't Boo Boy like his brother-in-law or some shit?
Yeah, and that's why he's there. So nepotism, I guess. So yeah.
I can't hate on the guy because he has consumer opinions, much like all of us. So most of us.
Pero tú dices cuál, el muchacho o John Campia?
No, the Filipino kid.
Es que ese tipo, mano, pero cabrón, cuando alguien viene y dice,
I fell asleep. I fell asleep during the movie.
y que dice, yo no veo películas más de 2 horas.
I fell asleep, but I really liked it. I was like, oh man.
Ya esa gente que realmente la opinión no vale la pena.
Bro, eso es algo super bare bones, eso es horrible.
Yeah, but I've fallen asleep during movies too, and I've talked about what I saw.
Sir, you work. You have, you know, o sea, esto no es algo heavy, ¿me entiendes? It's understandable.
Yeah. All right, then. So Loki's garbage, according to the critics or whatever. I guess I'm not hyped for season 2. So.
Yo voy al break el piloto, el primer episodio o son 2 que sacan ahora, 2 o 1.
No, I think it's just 1, but I think the critics had access to the first 2 episodes.
4.
4.
And 4?
Yep.
Sí, 4 episodios.
It's 2.
That's half the.
Pues yo creo que that's more than half the season. Por eso 6 episodios.
6 o 8? Damn, 6.
6.
No.
Nope. 6. Son Marvel shows siempre son 6 episodios.
Nada, al final sale Deadpool end the season.
I guess, maybe. Who knows?
Because you have to make up for last year's huge cameo at the end.
Yo lo que quiero ver es cómo diablos they handle exactly that guy. How do they put him in the show?
You can't mention him on YouTube. It messes up the algorithm.
I don't know. I mean, we're 2 hours in. Jonathan Majors.
Oh man.
It'll be interesting what hacen con él, I don't know.
So he's in the marketing material because Facebook sent me a thing where you can talk to Miss Minutes, and all she does is bombard you with material from the show, and the poster he's like in a little corner of the poster. It's a spiral around Loki's head, and in a little tiny corner you can see Jonathan Majors. Like, it looks like he has his right hand cocked back. No, I'm kidding.
Y eso supone que es el antagonista full, que eso es lo que me sorprende. Porque es el antagonista full. It's weird.
I don't think he's el antagonista full.
Bueno.
I don't think so.
Es que then who is the antagonista?
Loki.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I mean, a Loki was the antagonista of the first season. So a Loki would be the antagonista of the second season. Leading into another non-explanation of what the multiverse is.
Exacto.
Yummy.
La próxima, en vez de un bagel, te dicen, pues tú vas a coger esta pizza. Y tú sabes cómo dividir la pizza. Y cada universo es una pizza. Entonces dentro de esa pizza hay pepperoni. Ese es un pepperoni.
Y tú sabes lo que lo une a todo. I don't even know if they use that in Puerto Rico. El pedazo de plástico que deja que la caja.
Exacto.
That's it.
The little chapita that doesn't let the box touch the pizza.
Exacto, sí.
When you take the chapita out, melted cheese everywhere. Just can't.
I mean, mira, en cuestión del show de Loki, a mí me tripió la historia estaba cool. What I hated was like the action sequences, porque estaban super jumbled and very confusing to watch. Pero de los finales de estos shows de Marvels, I think that was probably my favorite one. Pero yo sé que también es maybe por el performance del tipo y como terminaba la cosa estaba interesante. Pero it's because the guy is interesting, como que el que hace el papel, el que hace de Loki, el que hace
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, él hace un buen papel, de Loki, so he's engaging to watch on screen, even if it's not the Loki que tú conoces del universo que tú has visto por 11 años, porque otro, whatever, it's still fun to watch, ¿me entiendes? So, y estás hanging out con él y Owen Wilson, it's fun, like it's fun watching their dynamic, pero más allá de eso, pues,
also, from what I can tell, the whole cast is back from the other one. Everybody's back.
Por eso,
yeah.
So, and the whole thing about him, he can't, or he's like glitching out. which I thought was funny to me, because if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's a nice idea from Spider-Man. We'll take that. He's glitching out
We'll take
between universes.
Yeah.
Whatever. I saw it. I was like, coño, mano, you guys couldn't do anything else that did it
No.
better for you, huh?
They tried it 7 times. They don't quit the our competitors did it better. We're just gonna do that.
Exacto. Pero espérate, déjame ponerle el intro que dice in association with Marvel.
Exacto.
And then
exacto.
you also have a actor from one of the better multiverse movies
Yep.
in the series. So it's like it's gonna do, you know, how is it? Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
Yeah,
Bien
so,
cabrón.
We got a
Gotcha.
Michelle. If we got a Michelle you cameo in this shit, we can just knock it out the park as well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sí, chacho. Yeah, that's it. Hook,
All
line,
right.
and
Anything
sinker.
else you guys are looking forward to, Mr. Smug over there?
Technically, she's in the MCU. No, she was in fucking Shang-Chi.
True. Es verdad.
Wow. Then
La
if you bring
mamá.
her here, full circle.
¿Ya viste? Sí. Una variante o algo.
sí.
I wouldn't be surprised if you go into one of those rooms and there's like little googly eyes like pegado somewhere as a little
Ay,
homage.
puñeta, sí.
I wouldn't be surprised.
¿Cómo te tripea?
All right. Anything else you guys are looking forward to so we can kill the episode? Because everybody looks like they're falling asleep and you all got your Venom
Sleep.
off on Ashoka.
Sleep, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
Yo estoy pompeado por ver las
Sorry,
películas.
bro.
Yo tengo que ver Priscila, tengo que ver Ferrari, tengo que ver ¿cuál es la otra? Una película que se llama Janet Planet, que es de 24. Tengo The Zone of Interest, que también estoy bastante hype para ver esa. Y
Una pregunta
hay
sobre
cara-
Ferrari. Adam
Yes,
Driver,
sir.
isn't that right?
Sí, but he's not gonna be here if that's what you're wondering.
No, I didn't do that. I'm just wondering if after Gucci, the director's gonna smack him in his mouth when it comes to like accents.
Ooh, that will be interesting. So I'll let you know.
Mm.
I'll let
That
you
was
know.
one of the most criticized things. It really didn't bother me, but that was one of the most criticized things about that movie was his accent in that movie. I believe they called it offensive, but
Yeah.
Diablo.
Sí, es verdad, tienes razón. I mean, yo la voy a ver porque, pues, aprovechar y verla, pero se ve como like a dad movie. You know what I mean?
really, not a racing movie.
That's a dad movie. Like, por ejemplo, como todas las cosas como Ford
Did
versus
you
Ferrari.
see Gran
Así-
Turismo?
No.
Okay.
I
Dicen que
should've.
está bueno. Dicen
Yeah, I
que
should've.
it's fun.
Alright.
So,
Oh, diablo. Okay.
It's
It's
alright.
okay. It took a turn that I didn't fucking like. There's something that happened that I didn't
It's
expect that was actually gonna happen.
okay.
That is
I just-
actually real.
That's actually, you mean inspired by true events in the movie?
Es por eso. Okay.
I mean, Which
Stop
what
playing
Mr.
the
What,
game.
what, what part are you
What
talking about,
happened
Nick?
to him? I didn't think. I was like, oh shit! I didn't.
What, the car crash? I guess that's what
You
you're talking
froze.
about, the car crash.
No, spoileme, pues dígamelo de
Are you
ahora.
talking about the
A menos
crash?
que-
Talking about. He gets into a crash, right? And the car, like I guess because of the hill and the wind or whatever, the car goes flying, and he ends up killing somebody, not a racer, just like a spectator or some shit. There's like a person watching the race, and the car tramples him, and he doesn't murder them, but he kills them.
So they show the guy watching
didn't
the
see
race,
that.
and he's like, "Wow, did you see that last?" And then just-
Exacto, literal.
Oh god.
You know, there's something interesting about that movie. No.
Oh man, fucked up.
Oh, okay, está bien. So there's something interesting about this movie. Y fue porque me di cuenta hoy cuando se ve el Oppenheimer, porque estaba viendo los showtimes.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys noticed, cuando tú ves la cartelera para Gran Turismo, no dice Gran Turismo, dice Gran Turismo, dos puntitos, based on a true story.
Ah, sí.
¿Verdad?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so weird. I don't know
Sí.
why.
the story about the kid joining the Gran Turismo program because
Because this movie is real.
I know, pero es raro para...
thank you for that explanation. Thank you for that.
I understand that.
Espérate. Oh,
Because this
okay,
movie-
okay, Ready Player One. Okay, Ready Player One.
Somebody should clip that. I swear to God. Because this movie
is real. It's
Orengo,
like,
because this movie is real.
real.
Asshole, bro. It's because the fucking movie is not. It's not based on a video game. It's based on that. Like the plot actually
Got it.
happened. The fucking people
That's
from
the
okay.
that's the hook, Orengo.
Well, it's
Niggas
a
just
fuck-
explaining it wrong. It's the movie based on a video game based on the real life events.
Pero espérate, yo sé todo esto. El chiste que yo estoy diciendo es que cuando salió, I'm almost certain que el mercadeo era Gran Turismo. That's it. Creo que al pasar las semanas, probablemente puede haber una confusión de marketing y le cambiaron a Gran Turismo 2 puntitos based on a true story. Lo digo por lo siguiente. Si no se acuerdan cuando salió Birds of Prey, porque esto era cerca de la pandemia, salió Birds of Prey, era Birds of Prey o el Fabulous Imagination o One Harley Quinn. Eso duró una fucking semana. De pronto era Harley Quinn, 2 puntitos, Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
So I think that was like a marketing thing, right? Like, porque al principio no decía Gran Turismo based on a true story. Era Gran Turismo pelado.
Pero
Ok, bueno, Miguel está checking me. Yo creo que le cambiaron por el mercadeo. I do believe that happened, which is it's a weird choice because you should just lean on the Gran Turismo thing. You probably like could have hoodwinked a couple more people. Porque como que dirían como que, ay, pasó el juego y pues maybe they get disappointed cuando no lo es, pero at least they go see it, ¿entiendes?
So I don't see the change. I don't see the change. I can't find anything about the change, but everybody's initially when it came out, everybody was complaining about the marketing, about that tag about based on a true story. And they say it's blatant. They say it's blatant marketing to reach out to people who aren't gamers.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, tiene sentido.
The video game movie doesn't sell apparently.
Yeah, full.
Es que yo lo que creo es que no le tenían tanto faith y la gente mucho menos. En realidad todo el mundo, una película de Gran Turismo, ¿para qué carajo? O sea, ¿cómo? What's the story? The game has no story. No es como Need for Speed. That at the beginning they had stories. Y es como que bien weird, pero después yo vi mucha gente que le gustan los carros, son fiebre y pendejas, que son para mí o que they love to watch movies and critique them, but they also love cars, y me dijeron que estaba chévere, o sea que for what it was, like it worked for them.
Okay.
One of the funniest explanations I've ever seen in my life was during the Kevin Smith podcast, or Mark Bernardin saw it before Kevin Smith, and Kevin was like, "What? I thought Gran Turismo was a game." Or whatever, and he was like, so I sat down and I saw it expecting a video game movie, and it was about racing. He was like, and what will blow your mind even more is those races never happened. That's CGI. So it's a movie about racing without real racing. Guys, most of those cars, I was like, I can't believe that shit. When you had movies like Ford versus Ferrari, which are like,
exacto, yeah, por eso,
or whatever. I saw it the other day. I saw Gran Turismo. I actually put it on my computer while I was doing office work or whatever. And it starts off interesting. The whole premise of like he joins the Nissan Academy, or he actually plays in a tournament for the opportunity to basically like try out for the Nissan team. Because the owner of he's not the owner of the Nissan team. He's basically like un inversionista de Nissan, and he's like, I have a theory that if we take these kids that are good in simulations, if we put them in the cars or whatever, they could do a decent job. So all these finalists get to the Nissan company or whatever, and they start putting them in the real cars, and it becomes like a boot camp run by Hop, whatever the hell his real name is. I forget his name.
Hopman,
yeah. David Harbour. And his character's pretty cool. I honestly admit, like, to me, the interaction that he has, Orlando Bloom comes off like a douchebag, surprise. But David Harbour's character comes off really cool because he's like the hard-ass coach that then becomes enamored with the student. Like, that's the type of dynamic that they have or whatever. And then, like Nick said, it's like the underdog story of he's a really horrible, the translation turns out to be horrible in the beginning because there's like G-forces exerted on your body. These kids are freaking dorks like you and me. And then all of a sudden they have to become like physical specimens. They have to do endurance runs because doing the races actually has a physical toll on your body. So he sucks at it and then he keeps on winning. He has an accident which kills somebody and it like mentally messes with him. And his coach is the one that like brings him back or whatever. It's an okay movie. I just felt like it dragged a little. Like it could have been a little shorter. maybe 45
Okay.
minutes shorter. 45
Jesus.
minutes, 45 minutes shorter.
Dura una hora entonces. Is that what you're thinking?
I think it was like 2 hours and some change, bro. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm exaggerating. So it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay.
So maybe
So
it could have
not
been like
even,
maybe it could have been like an hour and 45.
Okay.
Something like that. I mean, it's not. I wasn't blown away. Like to me, the best automobile movies I've ever seen in my life are Ford versus Ferrari, and I think it's called Sound of Thunder. No, the one with
Chris Hemsworth, no?
yeah. Oh my god, that movie's awesome, bro.
That's Rush, yo creo.
Rush. I'm sorry, Rush.
Yeah,
That movie
Rush.
is so good. That
Mm.
movie's so good. Have you seen it?
Sí, se la vi cuando salió. Eso hace
Oh
años,
my
though.
god,
Viejo,
so good.
Mhm.
And Hans
Yeah,
Zimmer, coño, that's score, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's an okay movie. I'm wondering if Sony was like betting big on that movie and it just didn't do that well.
Puede ser porque Sony no tiene muchos releases lo que queda de año. Quedó Spider-Man, salió esta. I don't think, no creo que queda mucho este año para ellos. So, yeah, they're probably banking on this one to be a hit too.
Yeah, I think that bank is nosediving because I haven't seen it's still in theaters, right?
Bueno, yo lo vi aquí en New York en theaters, pero estoy seguro que eso en theaters normales no creo que ya está.
There's already a digital copies floating around, so
Por eso. No, eso ya tiene que verse. Se queda envuelto ya.
all right,
Mala
ladies
mía.
and gentlemen. Ajá.
Mala mía, espera, estoy viendo como que escenas de Gran Turismo y entiendo por qué a la gente le gusta. The way it was shot, like de la manera que ellos enseñan los laps, like the visuals, it's pretty appealing to a person that knows about cars.
Okay.
Porque enseñan como que el cambio el clutch, la gasolina, like the racing, how everything
cool.
is working, how he moves, cómo se expande
They also
motor.
they also do a funny thing in the movie which pays homage to the game where he needs to win a race to get a license.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
If you've ever played Gran Turismo, the licensing thing is kind of funny or whatever. And there's a scene in the movie where he's racing, and in the game, the game tells you in order to have like efficiency on a turn, you have to follow a line. It's the apex.
Okay.
You have to follow the
Yeah.
apex of the turn or whatever, and then come out. He knows that it's the computer. Like it's a computer generated, like it's like arithmetic.
Mhm.
And he says there's always exceptions to the laws. If everybody's learning to take the turn at this apex, then why wouldn't I be creative and sway in a different direction to be able to pass everybody? So he does that in the real race, but when he does it in the real race, the car turns into basically the car simulator he has in his house or something like that. So he flashes back to like him driving in his house. It looks like he's on the track, but in his mind he's driving, and like the car turns into the living room. It's like some weird shit or whatever. It was like a nice little homage to the game or whatever, but it wasn't anything that was like whoa.
Vi el crash scene y that can actually happen because you add things to the car, so that doesn't happen because the cars are super light. Eso tiene que ver con los aerodynamics, so that can happen. And I've seen it happen.
He calls it a freak accident because he takes a hill and the car elevates like this much above the ground, but then a gust of wind comes and it elevates the car even further. So from being on the track to floating off and like totally side swiping into a whole bunch of people and turning them into carne molida. Anyway,
yo digo que in extreme circumstances and a qualified personnel, not me, yo solamente digo que sí es posible. But maybe somebody can give you the math because that could actually happen.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gents, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah. You can always find me as Liquid Nebula everywhere in the socials.
Yeah, you can find me en Cinemas Podcast. Y ya, vamos para la próxima. ¿Verdad? Ahora esto es semanal. Ya estamos.
No sé, no me gustó el desempeño de hoy. No sé si va. No, I'm kidding. We have for Sunday. If it's at night, we could probably do it because I have my child with me this weekend, so I have to spend time with him. Loki comes out Friday or Thursday if you guys want to catch up on that, and you can give us updates on any other movies. Orengo.
Fallamos porque nunca hablé de Oppenheimer, pero está en los para la próxima. Yes.
Oh, well, you technically didn't see Oppenheimer, so.
What do you mean? Yes, I did.
You didn't see it in IMAX. That's okay.
I mean, no,
you didn't technically. Sorry, you didn't technically see it like the real people that actually
70
saw
millimeter.
The way que Dios lo mandó, the way que el Dios lo mandó a ver, como Dios mandó.
Second best.
70 millimeters IMAX. Thank you very much.
You're not a real filmmaker. Por no verla así.
You never spoke about Oppenheimer?
Bueno, aquí probablemente.
Stay for the next episode. Stay for the next episode.
Por eso,
We gotta dive deep into that one.
Yeah. That's fine.
See, right, I wanna share historical facts.
Yeah.
Okay. Orengo, where do they find you? You said already?
Cinema Podcast.
That's it? You're doing a whole lot more than Cinema Podcast.
Cinemapodcast.com. Just go on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, todos esos lados. I have an interview mañana que va a salir de la directora de Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Y después de mi reseña de Pet Sematary Bloodlines, no la vean, es una mierda. Pero she was very nice. She was very nice. She was so nice.
Jeez.
So sweet. Pero
nice.
Horrible. Pero horrible.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can find me here whenever we do this podcast and on the After School Club, XV Bridgeport. Tune in, guys. Until the next time. See you later.
Woo!